I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Salute, and welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now, so we're getting deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. All family, we're gonna have to get into this topic tonight here about the dangers of Democrat shilling. Okay, oh yes, as you've seen with the recent assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, the mayonnaise people, the liberal mayonnaise people, in specific, have lost their minds, but unfortunately, there's some silly people in our community, in Black America, that has lost their minds right along with the liberal alabaster nutcases. Okay, now we both know that nutcases come in both liberal and conservative flavors, but unfortunately, some of our people have chosen to very foolishly toe the line with the liberal faction of that insanity. Okay. And on the screen, I got it up here yet again to remind you that what happened was white on white crime. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Family, let me tell you something. Do y'all know that because I gave the information that I did on my last broadcast, still up on the channel, by the way, at least for now, do you know, boy, I have pissed off the liberals. They are mad with me for exposing their insanity. Now, here's the thing. This is my question to you, liberal nutcases, okay? Black and white, okay, by the way. I got a question. Why are you so angry at me exposing your behavior if you gonna put it out in the public? Huh? Not that I really care, but I'm just putting the question out there because don't you think that if you didn't want your behavior to be critiqued in this day and age when everything is out in the open, public consumption, the era of the internet, you would think maybe you shouldn't act like that and then people wouldn't have to expose that. But see, I really don't care about you being angry at me. One thing I care about, putting the information out there so that my community has an accurate assessment of your demonic, insane behavior. And for you Sam Bozos and Sam Bets that's going right along with that, okay? Because see, after I do this broadcast tonight, I'm not going to say nothing else to warn you. This is going to be the last time I say anything about it, okay? I'm going to put some things in the context over here tonight regarding some of the silliness that we've seen go on, okay? See, there used to be a time when Black folks understood to stay out them folks' business, okay? Now, I know most of the people that are subscribed over here, the most of the people that watch me over here, I know y'all don't have that issue, but, man, some of these folks are too far gone to say we're going to have to be okay with that. Because, see, this is what I was always taught, and this is something I live by. If you know something and you do your best in good faith to warn somebody, and after that, they don't listen, your conscience is clear. You've done your job at that point, okay? So, tonight, we're going to do our job one more time, and after that, I'm going to let it alone. Y'all going to see that in the coming months, the hard heads are going to have to learn the hard way because, see, in life is a teacher. And you got two ways to choose to get your lesson. You can get it the easy way, or you can get it the hard way. I will show you better than any of us can tell you. So the other thing that they did, family, they did something that all of you, if you've been subscribed to this platform for quite some time, they did something that you know you don't ever do to the shark. Now, family, what's that one thing that I'm gonna see if how well y'all know. What's the one thing you never tell me to do? Well, what's the one thing? Anytime that they do it, you know what's going to happen. Do y'all know what they told me I better not do? Because look, come on, man. Let me tell you something. The one thing you don't ever do is tell me what I better not say or what I better not do. Okay? Oh, they done been throwing all types of, hey, I knew it. He was a sellout. How much are the Republicans paying you? I've said this over and over again. Jackasses, I'm talking about the Democratic Party because that's the party that's in power. That's the party that you Biden sexuals have voted for over 50, 60 plus years. Okay, and if it was the Republicans that this was going on right now, I'd be talking about them too. So they done told me what I better not do, y'all. So tonight's broadcast is going to be done primarily to warn the people that have sense enough to listen. But I'm going to continue pissing you off because, see, I enjoy pissing you off. See, that's one thing you don't ever do with somebody like me is let me know that I pissed you off. Because then I'm going to double down on it, boy. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, they're going to hate me today. But anyway, before we get into that, let me go ahead and greet my esteemed guests over here and see what I see in the building. I see, I'm laughing, man. They just don't understand. If they was mad before, they're gonna be really mad tonight. You're gonna be extra mad. I see my good brother Seven Skills in the building. I see Melanated Tay in there. I see George Montgomery, a little country lamb, hot one in the building. Donna C, Jesse Paris, aka Sharon Krumah. Old grandma's in here. Salute to the good sister, Mrs. L and her husband. Family, I think they have met their goal for the fundraiser for the backpack and the book bag giveaway they were trying to get. So congratulations to that sister and her husband. That is very important when people in our community step up to do what they can to help others in the community, because it's up to us. So big salute to you, sister, for that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of that. Appreciate you very much. And if I can ever help with any other thing like that in the future with you or anybody, this is the place over here. I'm not one of them Hollywood people where you can't get in touch with me and you got to pay me to talk. No. If I'm going to say I'm for helping my people, that's what I mean. It was my pleasure to help, sister. Salute to the good brother Jason Ferreira. Sidonian Snow's in the house. I see only Pamela's Way. Brooklyn Queen 125. What's going on, sister? Demetrius Shepard in here. Dad Miller TV in the house. Ferocious the producer in here. I see Bruce in here. My lieutenant with a gorgeous self. Tam Chan. What's going on, sister? Blue J 3000 in here. My good brother Project Leroy. Let's see. Daryl 524 in the house. Mongo Slade's in here. I see Derek Parker. TBI's in the house. The Hood Trip is in here. Salute and welcome to you. And I think that's everybody see for now. Salute to you all and welcome. And salute to Brandon McCullough. I think I pronounced your last name right. Forgive me if I did not. Welcome to all of you that join us here tonight. So, in the spirit of pissing off the Biden sexuals, family, it's sponsor time. Oh, we got sponsors for you. And since they're so angry at you, brother, well, the sponsors that I've chosen tonight are going to put a little salt in your wound. Oh, Biden sexuals, tune on in. I know you watching. Tell me what I better not do, not damn it. Y'all, if you've been abreast of this channel for any number of years that it's been on here, you know not to ever tell me that. Y'all gonna learn tonight, goddammit. Because I'm going to piss you off, but my audience is going to enjoy it. Oh, yes, you are. So without further ado, let's get to these sponsors that we got here, shall we?
The dog's on top, and I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stops.
Go ahead, hate on me. Can't stop DJ T, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me.
Hated to love it, the underdog's on top, and I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stops.
Go ahead, hate on me. Can't stop DJ T, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me.
Nick.
That ain't G Unit, that's T Unit, T Unit. That's right, we gonna run that thing right back one more time.
Hated to love it, the underdog's on top, and I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stops.
Go ahead, hate on me. Can't stop DJ T, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me.
Hated to love it, the underdog's on top, and I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stops.
Go ahead, hate on me. Can't stop DJ T, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me.
Nick.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us. I don't even see our American flag anymore. Biden's talking with some kind of crazy flag. This is America. This is our land. Please, President Trump, please, I hope you have a plan.
Love the flow. 69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and we must do it. Big fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and any America first, America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non-fatal. Communication very much higher. America first. To lead by an any insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. America first. Love the flow. 69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and we must do it big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and any America first, America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non-fatal. Communication very much higher. America first. To lead by an any. Insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. America first. Love the flow.
Please, I hope you have a plan.
Yeah, you Democrat shields, you. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna pour salt in your wound every chance I get. The nerve of you. How dare you threaten me and tell me what I better not do on my platform? See, let me say something to people out there for a minute. For those of you that feel so strongly about what I or any other content creator says, if what I'm saying is so wrong, if I'm not doing it right and you don't like it so much, what you got the option to do? Start your own damn platform. But see, most of you that have so much to say, you're not going to do that because pretty much you not capable of putting in the work to start a platform, and nobody really wants to hear what you have to say. So what a lot of you do, you run around to other people's platform, giving your unsolicited opinions, and then telling people what they better not do. No, it doesn't work like that over here with me and any other member of New Black Media as far as I'm concerned. Okay? So that's just, something you're going to have to eat. It is what it is. But see, now, I tell you what we're about to do, though, family. We about to further piss them off here because, see, I got to show you something. Oh, yeah, I got to show you something because a lot of these people in our community, unfortunately, this is what they've started to worship here. Oh, yeah. This is what they've started to worship. I know you saw the thumbnail with my little depiction of Jesus Biden here, white Jesus Biden. But see, on the other side, that's the other side. That's what he looked like right there, because we all know what he did to our community with that 94 crime bill and his current policies, okay, that are continuing to harm Black America, okay? Oh, I'm going to make you mad because I'm finna talk about your Lord and Savior, Jim Crow Joe Biden over here tonight. Oh, we're going to go all the way in and see, I'm going to warn those of you who are just hardcore stomp down Biden sexuals, why that's just not a wise thing to do. It's just not. Because see, let me show you something else here. Let me show you something. I got your Lord and your devil up there because he's one and the same. Let me show you something. For a lot of you idiots, first of all, making those threats, talking about what you wish would have happened to the former President Donald Trump there, or any former president or government official. I'm going to tell you, if you wearing the color of our uniform, which is black, you better remember that in this country, okay, you can't do what white mommy, white daddy do. You can't do what little Tiffany and little Connor do and get away with it. It's just not going to happen. Let me show you idiots something. Look at this map on the screen right here, okay? Because my audience, you're brilliant. Y'all already know this, but I'm showing this to them. Because, see, I don't care if they like me or not. That don't, take 1 ounce of sleep away from me. Don't take $1 out of my bank account, et cetera, et cetera. I don't care about you liking me or not liking me. Not my concern, okay? What I am trying to show you is this. You better look at this map, okay? Now, what you see in the blue up top there, that's most of the whitest states in America. Now, why is GBS showing the audience this? Okay. Oh, I'm going to show it to you because, there's always a method to my madness. Where do you think the most white supremacists live? They want to live in the whitest states. They don't want nothing to do with any state that's not mostly their people, okay? They really don't. Only the ones of them that can't afford to be in those places will stay in places where they're not the majority. So now let's take a look at something. Okay, let's scroll on up. Everybody let me know if you can see this okay, because if not, I will enhance it further where you can see. Okay, can everybody see this okay before I start breaking some things down? Right? I want the idiots to pay close attention to what I'm about to show them. I'm showing this for a reason, because it's going to fit with everything we're going to review here tonight. Okay. Most white supremacists are going to live in the whitest states. Now, 10 whitest states, the 10 whitest states got number one, Maine, of course. Oh my God, boy, if anybody's ever been through there, let me tell you something, boy. Yes, we got these rednecks down in the South, but boy, you get up towards Maine, yeah, they gonna let you know exactly where you stand, okay? Number two, you got Vermont. 3, good old West Virginia, Hills Have Eyes country. New Hampshire, Wyoming, Iowa, Idaho, Montana, Nebraska, and Kentucky. That's right. Kentucky, by the way, is home to Owsley County, Kentucky, famous for doggone near 98% of the county being on welfare. So when they get to talking about welfare and food stamps, you let them know that their community holds the record for the most people in the county on food stamps to this day. That's right. Be proud, Owsley County. Take a bow. That's right. That's what they hold the record for. So over here on the other side, the right side of this diagram here, got 10 least whitest states, okay, which is Hawaii, Maryland, Mississippi, the great state of Georgia, of course, my home state, California, Louisiana, New York, Alaska, Nevada, and South Carolina, or South Kakalaki, call it, all right? So now I'm showing you this because for you goofy black bisexuals, if you happen to live in that left-hand side, any of those states, you run around with that rhetoric, I wish you would have got some shooting lessons. Okay, all right. You keep on doing that and see if them folks don't run up on you, you going to get a visit by some of them alphabet boys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're going to run up on you quick. And see, I'm going to tell you right now, if they happen to run up on you, don't you come over here looking to those like myself that tried to warn your stupid ass about following behind Massa, okay? As soon as you see Massa do something, you can't think for yourself, so you're going to jump on the bandwagon. And then look who you jumping on the bandwagon for, because you think that you helping Jim Crow Joe Biden. See, let me tell you something, family. Unfortunately, in our community, a lot of mental damage has been done to the point that some people's minds are just unsalvageable. Instead of taking their emotions out of it and looking at the hard facts of what this man has done to us, policy-wise, not talking about who you like and don't like. See, I'm going to say it yet again. I'm one of the main people that's going to keep saying it. That childlike mindset, talking about who you like and who you don't like, that's for toddlers. We're grown. We're supposed to be. Some of us are physically grown, but our minds are not yet grown or functioning like grown adults. And that is very unfortunate because, again, it's not about like or don't like. Trump has not enacted policies to harm us for generations. Said silly shit. Yes, he has. Both of them are white supremacists. Let's not get that twisted, all right? We got that part. But I'm looking at who's done what to our community. I don't have to like you to do business with you, okay? Historically, a lot of our grandmaster teachers, ancestors, and icons, they did business with people they didn't like as long as it was something in it tangible for our community, okay? So you got to start looking at history. You got to start looking at present day, and then you a responsible black person, an intelligent, responsible black person, starts to think about, okay, from the present, where do I want the future to go? What I want the future to be, not just for me, but for the younger generations coming behind me, okay? So again, to make it plain, I've always said be politically independent, all right? And if you just gotta get out there and vote for somebody, well, whoever you vote for anybody except for the damn Democrats, okay? Because I'm not saying that based off feelings. I'm basing it off of, one, what they've done to our community, and beyond that, what they've done to the country as a whole. You're Lord Biden here, oh Jesus Biden, Uncle Joe, as some of y'all call him. This man done fucked this economy up. Y'all know what I call him. Biden, beyond incompetent, destroying economics nationwide. There's an acronym for you. Feel free to use it. Biden. Okay, that's what his name stands for. So we finna go ahead and get to talking about Lord Biden here tonight, because y'all told me what I better not do, and now I got to go ahead and start doing it. Okay, and I'm gonna do it in a way that it's gonna really twist the truth into that ass. That's right. We gonna get started. So with that said, family, we're gonna take a look at first his remarks right after the situation with former President Trump, that assassination attempt. I'm going to play this, and there's some very important points I want to make about it. So I'm going to let him get about halfway through. Then I'm going to give some commentary. We're going to examine some other things here tonight. Let's get started.
Fellow Americans, I want to speak to you tonight about the need for us to lower the temperature in our politics. And to remember, while we may disagree, we are not enemies. We're neighbors. We're friends, co-workers, citizens. And most importantly, we're fellow Americans. We must stand together. Yesterday's shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania calls on all of us to take a step back, take stock of where we are, how we go forward from here. Thankfully, former Trump is not seriously injured. I spoke with him last night. I'm grateful. He's doing well, and Jill and I keep him and his family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victims who was killed. Corey was a husband, a father, a volunteer firefighter, a hero, sheltering his family from those bullets. We should all hold his family and all those injured in our prayers. Earlier today, I spoke about an ongoing investigation. We do not know the motive of the shooter yet. We don't know his opinions or affiliations. We don't know whether he had help or support, or if he communicated with anyone else.
Now I'm going to go ahead and get started on it right here. Now, family, I want you to look at this pale devil's face, okay? I'm going to call him what he is. I want you to look at him, okay? Take a good look at his little beady ass eyes, okay? Listen to the tone. Family, how many of you, because I know pretty much everybody in this chat room, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. How many of you have ever been engaged with discussion with somebody that appeared to be mocking? I'm just telling you what I hear and what I see. You make up your own mind. Does this or does it not to you sound like somebody that's playing in your face? Somebody that's attempted to do something to you and then gonna play in your face with this. Because see, they do this to each other all the time. And by the way, the guy that got killed, I saw some of his social media posts. He was all the way over there with them folks, boy. He was hardcore anti-black race. I saw some of his stuff, so well, that's for his family more than him. I won't be. But Jim Crow Joe here, he's carrying on about how he called Trump this, that, and the third. I'm gonna say it again. I've already told you in the last broadcast that there's just no way that could have happened without people actually looking the other way. And he's sitting up here talking about what all they don't know. And see, notice this, when it comes to white on white crime, because we're going to talk about the pattern over here of these deranged white male mass shooters over here. Notice how when it comes to them, they don't know anything at all. Aren't they supposed to be the high IQ people that got the smartest IQs in the room? Kathy Hochul, the governor in New York, she say, our kids and people don't even know what a computer is, according to her. They got all the sense. But as soon as their own do something, we don't know what the motive is. We don't know who his affiliations were, if he was communicating with anybody. Horse shit. You know what happened, Biden. The truth is going to come out. It's going to come out. I promise you it is. It's going to come out. Those of us that are in the civilian life now, we can't prove it. But we all know, those of us with common sense know that couldn't have happened unless he had either been instructed or had help doing what he did. Okay? I'll tell you something, Biden. I don't know how much time you have remaining here, but that game that you playing, tell you something, you're about to leave office. Now, true enough, just like all former presidents, you'll have Secret Service security, but you know how your people play. If you did have something to do with that, okay, you know your people. You know how dirty y'all can get because you've been doing it to Black America for years. And now you playing with each other like you would Black America. Okay, we're going to see how that work out for you. Because see, let me go ahead and make this statement. One of the things about them folks, if they can't get you, they'll do the next best thing. And sometimes, depending on the situation and how evil or cruel a person is trying to retaliate, you want to know what the worst form of retaliation against you is, family? Because some of you may think, okay, it would be killing the person that you have the vendetta against. No. In some cases, that's too quick. In the mind of a demonic person, the worst retaliation to give you is leave you alive. Make sure you're good and healthy. Start hitting people that you care about so you have to watch that and live with it the rest of your days. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not making any threats towards anybody. I'm just talking about history as we know it. Sometimes they say, no, we're not going to do nothing to you. We're going to start going after your kids, your wife, your extended family, people that hell, your pets. You know how much they love them damn dogs. Little Bo might be in trouble, whatever his little dog's name is. I forgot what he said his name is. Better be careful, Biden. Okay? Better be careful. But see, I'm going to let him ramble on here because there's something else I want to get to that he said. And see, by the way, I'm pretty sure everybody in my chat room knows now that before that incident happened with Donald Trump, he's on record for saying that we need to put Trump in a bullseye. Yeah. I'm going to say this. You did have something to do with it, Biden. I get it. You're a white man, sitting president, most powerful white man in the country right now. You're getting sloppy because there used to be a time when they did their dirt and they had, sense enough to keep quiet. But see, that's the problem when you got a senile man in office. He don't know when to keep the fuck quiet, especially when he's the sitting president. Hey, look, it's all speculation on my part. I don't have any hard evidence. I just know what it looked like to me. With my professional background, I just know what it looked like to me. But I'm going to let him ramble on because there's something else I want to get to, and I'm going to let him go ahead and say it.
Law enforcement professionals, as I speak, are investigating those questions. Tonight, I want to speak to what we do know. A former president was shot, an American citizen killed, while simply exercising his freedom to support the candidate of his choosing. We must not go down this road in America. We've traveled it before throughout our history. Violence has never been the answer, whether it's with members of Congress of both parties being targeted and shot.
Oh, that's the part I wanted him to get to right there. Violence has never been the answer? Really? Now, looking back at your political career, damn sure was the answer. And looking back at some of your mentors who are no longer here, may they rest in peace. Senator Robert Byrd, okay, Strom Thurmond. Oh, it was the answer for them because that was a former Klansman, by the way. It was the answer then. It was the answer on a different level when you in that 94 crime bill and all the others that your name has been on since 1976. When you call them Biden's Law and all of that, but you don't want to claim that today, though, huh? Violence was never the answer. Oh, okay. Yeah. Family, let me tell you something. I'm going to make the Biden sexuals extra mad tonight because, see, one of the things that I refuse to do for people that are on the record that I can clearly see have done my community harm, I don't have no remorse for you when your judgment comes. I don't. I refuse to do it. I just want to point out part of that hypocrisy coming out of his mouth. He's got a little bit more to say. Let's let him continue.
Or a violent mob attacking the Capitol on January 6th, or a brutal attack on the spouse of former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, or information and intimidation on election officials, or the kidnapping plot against the sitting governor, or an attempted assassination on Donald Trump. There is no place in America for this kind of violence, or for any violence ever. Period. No exceptions. We can't allow this violence to be normalized.
Oh, but it's been normalized toward my community, Black America. See, for you Biden sexuals, you hear how he's talking about his people now, because, you know, he's putting on the front, but you hear how he's talking about the safety of his community now. Oh, violence shouldn't be tolerated. When the last time Uncle Joe got on TV and said that couldn't be tolerated after the death of George Floyd, after the death of Breonna Taylor, hell, before he was president with Tamir Rice, whoever you want to name? When's the last time old Jim Crow Joe stepped up and said, hey, this is America. These are fellow Americans. You can't tolerate this. See, I'm doing this for a reason, because they so angry at me. You know I'm gonna make it make sense. You look like a stone cold jackass if you still voting blue no matter who. When these people have used you to get in prominent positions, told you what they was gonna do before and when they got in there, and then as soon as they got their feet comfortable, they was like, yeah, all that other stuff that we promised, never mind all that, niggers. Huh? And then, to add insult to injury, put people that are not even legally supposed to be over here above you. Then start helping people outside of the country. Nothing for you. All these other groups are going to be prioritized against you or above you. And then, to add insult to injury, all of those groups are anti-Black American. Every single one of them. Coming over here bold enough to tell us no money for you. You remember the little Hispanic dude up there in Chicago? Huh? Yeah. So I'm asking logical questions. What's the reason that you supporting old Uncle Joe, huh? And I'm going to say it one more time, because I'm probably one of the few people that will say this and keep hammering down on it. If your reasoning is, well, I don't want Trump to get in there, don't claim to be no Christian, because you can't have any kind of faith whatsoever if you are so afraid of a mortal man, okay? If you sitting up in a church, hooping and hollering, going to basically clubs, it's a damn club today, most churches. Not all, but most are. If you in there doing all of that, hooping and hollering, talking about praise Jesus and praise the Lord, but you scared of a mortal man, how you gonna claim to really have faith in God, huh? As I said, I don't care how mad people get when I ask that question. That's something you should start asking these people too. You so afraid of a mortal man, but you claim to have so much faith in the Most High. That faith without works is dead in my like the scripture said, okay? Faith without works is dead. But you know, what do I know? I'm gonna let their Uncle Joe here keep talking, because we got a lot more to get to.
Political record in this country has gotten very heated. It's time to cool it down. We all have a responsibility to do that. Yes, we have deeply felt strong disagreements. The stakes in this election are enormously high. I've said it many times that the choice in this election we make in this election is going to shape the future of America and the world for decades.
Let me know if you can hear me in the chat, family. Let me know if you can hear me. Because it looks like they start to mess with the stream. Oh, they are mad. They are mad. Hold on. Let me see. I'm going to see something real quick. Can you hear me? Oh, see, they pissed. They don't want me to get this truth out. Can y'all hear me okay? Y'all can hear me okay? I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to see if we can get through it, because, see, I'm playing this for a reason. Oh, don't be mad with me, Democrat Shields. Don't be mad. This is the truth that I must tell, okay? We're going to see if we can let them get through these words here, because it's not much more. I'm going to try this one more time, and if not, that's okay. That's okay, because I got a lot more to get to, because this part right here isn't really important. See, and let me go ahead and say this, too. I'm already aware that any type of criticism that's going to be levied against Jim Crow Joe and the Democrats is going to be heavily censored. It is what it is, because, look, I'm going to tell you right now, if it gets to the point where they just won't let you say anything on here, that's what we got the Rumble channel for. One thing I respect about Rumble, they will let anybody cook, whether it's the white supremacists or those of us that are for Black empowerment. So if you're a content creator and you haven't gotten a Rumble account yet, for those that don't have, the situation where you can get your own platforms, things of that nature, that is another alternative, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there, but we're going to see if we can let him continue his remarks here. And then we're going to try to get further into what we got discussed, because They can censor all they want. Everything that I've said is already happening. It's already in motion. Let's let it continue.
Decades to come. I believe that with all my soul. I know that millions of my fellow Americans believe it as well. And some have a different view as to the direction our country should take. Disagreement is inevitable in American democracy. It's part of human nature. But politics must never be a literal battlefield, and God forbid, a killing field. I believe politics ought to be an arena for peaceful debate, to pursue justice, to make decisions guided by the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. We stand for an America, not of extremism and fury, but of decency and grace. All of us now face a time of testing as the election approaches. And the higher the stakes, the more fervent the passions become. This places an added burden on each of us to ensure that no matter how strong our convictions, we must never descend into violence. The Republican convention will start tomorrow. I have no doubt they'll criticize my record and offer their own vision for this country. I'll be traveling this week making the case for our record and the vision, my vision of the country, our vision. I'll continue to speak out strongly for our democracy, stand up for our Constitution and the rule of law, to call for action at the ballot box, no violence on our streets. That's how democracy should work. We debate and disagree. We compare and contrast the character of the candidates, the records, the issues, the agenda, the vision for America. But in America, we resolve our differences at the battle box. You know, that's how we do it, at the battle box, not with bullets. The power to change America should always rest in the hands of the people, not in the hands of would-be assassin. You know, the path forward through competing visions of the campaign should.
Let me pause it right here and say something, man, while this bastard is babbling on. Notice he can't even pronounce his words correctly. He can't. But see, family, for those of you that really don't understand Biden's background, if you're a younger black person, you better understand that you're looking at a bloodthirsty bastard here. Let me tell you something. Go back and look at his younger years when he was speaking on the House floor about, you know, when he was trying to get the 94 crime bill to get support for it. Listen to that speech, because I played it here on this channel before. You go back and listen to that and listen to how he was talking about our people, okay? Hillary Clinton is the only one that called us super predators a lot more. This man done let the N-word fly out his mouth all kinds of ways. I've shown you that on this platform as well, okay? But see, unfortunately, you got some silly black people in our community there because he'll sit down and talk like this. And because here's something else I've noticed. Now, thank God to my family on both sides that they taught me that don't you ever trust them. The older they get, the less you can trust them, okay? Unfortunately, some people in our community, because they get old and they get infirmed or what have you, you think that you can trust them then. Family, how many of you have seen examples of where people in their community are down to the point where they've got Alzheimer's or they're very senile, but they still remember how to say that N-word though, don't they? Huh? See, that lets you know that regardless of their mental and cognitive decline, that's in their spirit. When something's in your spirit, it transcends the mind and the body. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. But see, unfortunately, some silly black people will sit here and listen to this. Oh, he's the good guy. He's the lesser of the two evils. Really? See, watch this. Let's put the 94 crime bill to the side for a second. All right. Let's just throw that out the window. That didn't exist. All right. Look at how they campaign towards us. You don't know whether you vote for me or Trump, you ain't black. Get your booty to the polls. Vax that thing up. Just always when they come to us, it's some lowbrow, disrespectful nonsense. And you as a black person are able to just overlook that. It's like, oh, that's no big deal. That's just how Joe plays with us. Huh? That's how it is. Not for me and not for most people in this chat room. Let's let it continue.
Always be resolved peacefully, not through acts of violence. You know, we're blessed to live in the greatest country on earth, and I believe that with every soul, every power of my being. So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit, to make America, think about it. What's made America so special?
You see that, family? This man's mind is so gone. He can't even finish simple sentences. Think about it. They got him so heavily doped up for him to just even function. And this is what you want sitting in the highest office in the land that represents the face of this nation. See, you got to understand something. I don't care which person it is that's in the office there, in that seat. It's not about just the person. It's about the institution of the country. Okay. Now, let me put it in even simpler terms for the bisexuals. Maybe this will reach some of you. Let's put it in terms of a sports team. Okay. If you had to pick a member of your team to go and represent you in like a tournament or what have you, you don't pick the least qualified player. You pick the most talented player, right? Huh? Take it back to the 90s era Chicago Bulls. If they had to pick a player to go represent their team, who would it be, family? Come on, talk to me now. Put it in the chat room. If the 90s era Chicago Bulls, okay, had to pick a talented player, the best player to represent their team, who would they have picked back then, huh? Light it up. I want to see it. Talk to me, because I'm going somewhere with this. Y'all should know. If you're too young to know, hey, that's all right. We're going to educate you over here. You still welcome if you're too young to know, okay? Who would they have picked at that time? I'm seeing it now. That's right. 23, MJ, Michael Jordan. Damn right. So now, when you come back to the situation here with the president of the United States, Joe Biden isn't the best member to represent the nation. And see, I'm going to show you something, Biden sexuals, because I know a lot of you are just so keen to please massa. But see, I would say this to either liberal or conservative. If you're not in the best of health, if your cognitive abilities are declining like Biden's clearly are, okay? If you really love the nation as much as you say, if you really a true patriot, know what a true patriot would do? A true patriot would step down because they love the country enough not to be a national security threat to the country like Biden is. He is the greatest threat to national security right now because you cannot be in that office with all those decisions to make that could affect the lives of people in the country and outside the country, and then be not in the capacity where you can operate properly. Okay, that's a danger to the nation. It's a danger to everybody. That's what a patriot would do if you love the country that much. But see, they don't like me talking like that. Or they're gonna be mad at this broadcast because I'm just getting started. Let's let it continue.
Here in America, everyone must be treated with dignity and respect, and hate must have no safe harbor. Here in America, we need to get out of our silos, where we only listen to those with whom we agree, where misinformation is rampant, where foreign actors fan the flames of our division to shape the outcomes consistent with their interests, not ours. Let's remember, here in America, while unity is the most elusive of goals right now, nothing is more important for us now than standing together. We can do this. You know, from the beginning, our founders understood the power of passion. So they created a democracy that gave reason and balance a chance to prevail over brute force. That's the American we must be. An American democracy where arguments are made in good faith. An American democracy where the rule of law is respected. An American democracy where decency, dignity, fair play aren't just quaint notions, but living, breathing realities. We owe that to those who come before us, to those who gave their lives for this country. We owe that to ourselves. We owe it to our children and our grandchildren. Look, let's never lose sight of who we are. Let's remember we are the United States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. God bless you all. May God protect our troops.
Oh, so there was Biden's bullshit. That's what I'm gonna call it. Biden's BS. Yeah, Biden, that sounds cute and all of that, but the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking in both directions for you. your mental health and your cognitive ability is slipping by the day, no matter how much they lie to the people out there, because that first debate, that proved what everybody already kind of suspected, okay? And your donors are pulling out left and right. Don't let them fool you about that. His donors, they're like, no, sir, you lied to us. We're not going to put any more money behind this guy. And then let's just say you try to ride it out. Well, November's ticking because, see, this picture right here, oh, Biden Sixers, I told you, I'm going to really make you hate me. You're going to unsubscribe. You're going to curse my name and call me everything but a child of God. But this picture right here is etched in the white American history books, and it's etched into their spirits at this point. Because, see, I saw a little bit of the Republican National Convention, and yes, I'm going to have some critique for them Sambos on there. Hey, Tim the Gum Scott, that's what I'm going to call him. Boy, that look. Let me say something to you Republicans before I get back on these Democrat shills. Republicans, them black men that you have up there on that stage, they don't represent the common average black person. No, they don't. They don't. I'm not saying that you got to go and find somebody in the new Black Panther Party, but you better start talking to black men that's not going to shuck and jive and toe the line and just say what you want them to say like some kind of trained pool of mascot. That was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. Not so much because of what they had them saying, like Tim the Gum Scott there. That boy looked like a evil cartoon character. You know what he kind of looked like? He kind of looked like that character on Fat Albert that had the little hood across his head with them teeth sticking out. Oh, yeah, he doing going there. Oh, trust me, I got something for him coming in a future broadcast, him and all them Sambos. But see, what was so embarrassing about it, instead of them having the black people come up and speak, you know, in random order, they act like they had that section specifically cordoned off to say, oh, here come our good little Negroes. Come on out here, Tim the Gum Scott, and the rest of them. Embarrassing. And see, here's another thing, too. You hear this accent that I'm talking with, my southern drawl, so to speak, which I'm so very proud of, okay? Wouldn't change it for nothing. This is how a normal black person from the South sounds, okay, in a relaxed tone. I don't sound like no white man. I don't, unless I put on this voice and talk to you, because you know I got a million white man voice, and this is the main one that I use to talk to y'all. I don't sound like this natural. My mother didn't sound that way. You get your accent from your mother, okay? That's your first teacher. She's going to be the one teaching you how to say words and talk, all right? And then it's going to further develop around the people in your family. Most people in a black family don't talk like this. You understand what I'm telling y'all? If y'all going to see what I'm talking about if you didn't catch any of that Republican National Convention when the black folks came up there, because it was this one big chunky Negro. I forgot his name. He came up there, and I'm like, dude, you know that's not your natural accent. And I'm not talking about his enunciation. I'm not talking about him speaking with ebonics. I'm saying that tone that he used, okay? His inflection, that is not how people normally speak. No, they do not. I don't care what area of the country you live in. We do not sound like that unless it's forced. Oh, trust me, I'm going to light them up. But see, tonight, we're going to get back on these Democrat shills and these goofy mammies because, see, I'm going to let y'all check out something. And again, this is going to be done to warn people. This is going to be done to warn the ones with sense enough to listen and sense enough to actually think for themselves and stop going along with what you think is going to get you brownie points with Massa, because Massa has shown you throughout history. They'll use you, but after they finish using you, hey, it's a wrap. You on your own. So we're going to examine something that's going to be a perfect example of what I'm going to be talking about here. And I'm going to give my commentary and a lot more coming up. Let's get to it.
Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a crazy few days as you have seen the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump and some of the backlash that we've seen with a lot of people who are celebrating that. And some ways, some of black people, which I'm kind of surprised by some things that black people do these days because they're not the same anymore. Now, my take on a lot of this, I'm going to cover more extensively on our live stream tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, as I am back from Hurricane Beryl. We got power. We all back, and we're going to make up even here on the podcast. We're going to double up on podcasts next week. So we're going to be doing at least two an evening. just to make sure that we catch up on all our podcasts. So stay tuned to the Philip Scott podcast to follow what we're going to be covering. But you got a black woman here, and let's put this up on the screen. Democratic Congressman staffer is fired after saying she wished the shooter, Thomas Crooks, that's the guy who shot Trump, had a better aim in vile posts after Trump's near assassination. So let's get into this. So a staff member at the Mississippi Democratic congressman took to social media, and I want you to see exactly what she said. Jacqueline Marsaw says, "I don't condone violence, but please get you some shooting lessons so you don't miss next time." Oops, that wasn't me talking. Jacqueline, yes, it was. But let's go on and continue with the rest of this story. Now, we know on Saturday evening, shortly after Thomas Matthew Crooks attempted to assassinate the former president during a rally in Pennsylvania, Jacqueline, she's the field director for the Mississippi Congressman Benny G. Thompson, and she shared on the Facebook post that we saw. Now, we know the attack itself, it's considered a terrorist attack, actually. That's what it should be called. We know Trump was left bloodied and hurt during the terror attack attempt, better known as an assassination, and he was seen grabbing and holding his ear as his loud bangs rang out and bullets whizzed before he ducked for cover. Now, Marsaw, she's 61 years old. She's the president and vice president of a local NAACP in Natchez, Mississippi, has since deleted the post and her account and said, but screenshots have been reposted across social media. And
now I'm going to pause it right here because I'm going to say something, man, and I know Brother Phil would agree with me when I say this because we're two of the only people that I really hear saying this a lot, but one of the worst things in the world, and that woman is 61 years old, is an old fool, okay? All olders are not elders, and there's no more embarrassing thing in the world than an old fool. For her to be that old and go and make that kind of reckless statement, then you delete the post in your account. But see, here's what's most dangerous for this mammy, because I'm going to call her what she is. Woman, you're down there in Mississippi. Mississippi, the sippy cup. It's black folks in Mississippi, but that's where some of the most dedicated rednecks are. And woman, if you think that the NAACP, the Negroes always asking Caucasians permission, are going to protect you from them rednecks right now, see, what I'm going to show you here tonight, I'm going to show you some things here, and I'm going to point out the fact that the spirit of white America right now, after what happened to Donald Trump and he survived that, you got to understand that just like things that motivate you, they're motivated right now. Just like that guy that was motivated to come out there and try to take that shot at Donald Trump to try to take his life. You really don't think they got their own shooters over there that won't come after an old mammy like you? See, I don't care whether people like me or not. I want you to be safe, even if you can't stand my guts. I don't really care about you liking me. I just want you to be wise out here. Whether you agree with me or disagree with you, I think that you should be in good health enough to draw another breath until the good Lord get ready for you to come. Don't leave here before your time being stupid and silly. Because, see, I guarantee you her little goofy behind sitting up there going after what she done seen mostly other mammy shills do, okay? And I'm going to go here with it. Brother Phil didn't, but I'm going to go here. I would be surprised if this woman has a husband because, see, I'm going to tell you why I say that. Most women that have husbands, they're wiser than that. You know why? Because two heads are better than one, like the old saying go. And it applies to the other direction with men as well. Because, see, when you have a spouse and somebody that really loves you like that, they're going to say, hey, babe, wait a minute. Hold on. Don't say that. That might not be the, let's put this a different way if you're going to say this. Or maybe this is not the best idea, okay? Because at the end of the day, them people outside this household are not my primary responsibility, but you are. That's what a dedicated husband or wife tells their spouse, okay? But see, when you don't have that, and your Lord is Big Daddy Biden, okay, Sky Daddy Biden, because that's what they made him out to be, you'll go off and say reckless stuff like that because you think you're getting brownie points and a pat on the head from them folks. Problem, none of them are coming to save you, shills. Not one. None of your so-called good white buddies, they're not going to come protect you. They never do. They never have, and they never will. But, you know, someone's going to learn the hard way. I want y'all to hear the rest of what Brother Phil is about to say.
In the follow-up to the post, she said, that's what your hate speech got you. Now, let me tell y'all something about this lady and what she said here, okay? Let's put this back up on the screen one more time because I want to point something out. She says she don't condone violence, but she's saying to a person that attempted to assassinate a former president about getting you some shooting lessons so you don't miss next time. Now, the term next time probably gonna get her a visit from the FBI because right now, some of you silly individuals in the black community, you're putting on there next time. You're crashing out so hard for the Democrat Party. You have a very unhealthy hatred for Donald Trump. Listen, you don't supposed to be no emotions attached to no politics. It's about policy. Some of you sit up here, you love the man that did the 94 crime bill. You love the man that done things that actually harmed our community politically, prioritized other groups off of our vote. You love him, but the other dude who didn't do a single law against us, you're celebrating someone trying to take the life of a former president? Like, what is wrong with y'all? And I hope the FBI go visit her behind too. And I don't want to hear nothing about no racism. Oh, they targeting me because I'm black. No, they coming at you because you're dumb. Why would you put that up on social media? Now, I said Marshall since have been fired from her position. They said I was made aware of a post made by a staff member and she is no longer in my employment. So they had to let her go from her job. Now, let me tell you something, because listen, I probably made a post on the X account, at least the African Diaspora News Channel X account. Trump, we all saw it. The man got shot. The reports were if he didn't turn his head the way he turned it, that bullet would have hit him in the back of the head and Trump would be here no more. And because he turned his head the way he did, it just caught him on the ear. After getting shot like that, Trump stood up, raised his fist up and said, fight in USA. I said, man, that's like a G. I said, man, I got nothing but respect for Trump for that. And you should have seen these people coming out the woodwork. Oh, look how much he's selling out. You a sellout. Well, because we looking at a former president get shot, and he was like, man, nah, I'm fighting it. I can't do nothing but respect that. So if you want to be on that, because like I tell y'all, you Democrat shills, this is not the place for you. I've been said that. This is not the place. You the type that believe that the Democrat Party, our votes belong to them. Go on that plantation if you want. Go over there with Boulay Martin and the gang and all that rhetoric Boulay Martin and them been saying. All of a sudden now you talking about you condemning it, Boulay Martin. I saw you. Now you condemning it. Y'all was the one up here saying that man's a threat to democracy and y'all need to do all kinds of things against him. Y'all talk about MAGA. Y'all MAGA too. You know, like Sister Demetria said, shout out to her. She called them blue MAGA because that's what they are. Like they have video of these people literally making threats against Trump. I mean, vile. But if it was on that other side doing it, oh my God, they ready to come down on them. Nobody should be making threats on no side.
I agree with that 1000% because see, again, we have to understand we're talking about the dominant society and over the course of their history, not just in this country, but worldwide. One thing that those people do not like to do is compete. They don't like to compete. They cheat, but they don't like to compete. Yeah, there's a round for you. They cheat, but they don't like to compete. It's very true that history shows this over and over, especially when they're dealing with our people in Black America, okay? So see, again, for a lot of silly people that's going along trying to do what their white buddies do, I can tell that either they did not have the type of Black parents that told them early on what most of our Black parents told us, You can't do what your little white friends do in school. And that stayed with some of us on up into adulthood. But maybe they're the type that they did have parents and that just didn't stick. I don't know what the case is, but I do want to know one thing. The so-called American justice, aka injustice system, is going to show you better than anything. Think back to who got the most time out of the January 6th situation, the insurrection. It was the black dude. I think he got either 5 or 7 years, somewhere between the two, 5 to 7. He got the longest sentence. I know that. Out of all them hundreds of white people that went up there, he was the one that they picked to pick this little Negro out here and give him the most time. That's what happened. Let's go to another situation. Remember here in Georgia, them mammies got caught, which pretty much confirmed everything that everybody was saying about that election. They got caught up there trying to do things they weren't supposed to be doing with ballots, hiding them, this, that, and the third. And look who they came down on. Huh? Remember that? See, I'm naming these situations because I'm trying to get even those of you that don't like me to think, what's going to happen when your time comes? And now you facing charges. Now you got the alphabet folks at your door. Huh? What do you think a good white buddy is going to be then, huh? Is all the mammy going to be worth it then? Whatever life you have, if you have children, whatever you do in life that gives you pleasure, you better stop and think, you mammies, are you really ready for a prison cell? You better stop and think about what that's like, huh? Are you ready for that? Answer, I would say with most of them would be no, but then again, you know what? We might be looking at a version of Black Democrat Shield that's so far gone, maybe they are willing to do time for massa. I don't know. That would be a sad state of affairs because that would be an embarrassment and an insult to your ancestors. Let's let it continue.
None. When Trump has said that this country has descended into third world status, all this right here, what you're seeing, this is what happens in third world countries. He was actually accurate. Third world countries, they assassinate political candidates. In third world countries, people can't respect the election. Even January the 6th, they didn't respect the election. Now, I have my thoughts on some of that stuff, too. And this time, they can't sit up here and do the mail-in ballots and drop-off boxes. They can't do that this time. Because I always said when I started that election, I just questioned that I was watching the election. I laid in my bed till I fell asleep. Then overnight, every time I look up, it's always overnight, 100,000 ballots come in for Biden. I'm like, why that keeps happening? Why overnight? Always overnight. So, but that's here nor there. But y'all sitting up here crashing out for these Democrats. Y'all sitting up here getting mad at people, not want to talk to people for the Democrat Party. And now some of y'all have literally went insane trying to celebrate, or some of you are mad that this evil person that could have really started a big issue in this country, a really big issue. You're actually mad that he didn't finish the job. Some of you Black Americans have become so wicked. You sit up here and want to talk about the folks, but you have done, you're just like them. And I've said that so many times. Some of you are just like your bastardized father. And who's your bastardized father? Them. And moments like this show that. Because the Black people I know and the Black people we come from, we don't celebrate no crap like that. What is that to celebrate? Why are we advocating for that? We should be taking that kind of energy and advocating things for the Black community. We should be taking that energy to trying to repair Black America. You're so invested in Democrat, that's why we don't get nowhere as Black America. We get nowhere because of y'all so invested in that dumb party instead of being invested into our own community. And your head is so far up the Democrat butt that you can't even think. Now, anybody that got their head so far up the Democrat butt like you, they'll sell out. They are this, they are that. I say, call me whatever name you want to call me. Because when the rubber meets the road, the ones that's calling me names is not even doing what I'm doing at all for the black people in America or globally. So you can call me whatever name you want. Like Silk the Shocker say, as long as you put Mr. in front. I don't want y'all people around me like that. Please go away from here. I don't want you Democrat shills or any black person that can't even think for themselves. Use your brain. Think. Think, McFly. Think. Because a lot of you not thinking. You a black person making those kind of comments, they gonna come ride down on you quick. You know that as a black person in this country. You know any little thing that we say, they own us like white on rice. Some of y'all didn't think y'all done got brand new in this country and that you done got equal to the folks now, so you could talk like them. Them Democrats are not gonna save you when the feds kick in your door 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And you wake up, you got a bunch of guns in your face. And then now they're gonna be asking you, hey, what's that post you talking about on Facebook? You talking about next time, right after it happened, when they looking for answers, looking for who's doing what, this is what you go do. Like I said, I can't deal with some of y'all. Look, some of y'all, you talking about people being revealed. I'm glad a lot of y'all revealing y'all self. Please, if you shilling for the Democrats, don't come around me, don't tell me nothing. Because I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. I'm politically independent. I done told some of you glue sniffers that forever. I'm a policy person. I look at the policies of a candidate, not a dumb party. Forget they party. I've said before, some of the policies that Trump pushed, I can agree with. The immigration policy, I can agree with that because look what they doing in Chicago. Look what they doing in New York to black Americans. The other candidate, Biden, he wants to do more of that. And you support that crap when it's hurting black Americans? Right here on this channel, I had Sister Carter Truss, who used to be a Democrat, who helped Brandon Johnson get in office, telling you why she got away from Democrats and went to the other side now because of what they did in Chicago on this channel. But some of your head so far up the Democrat butt that you don't care. You don't care. You don't care about the community. I said a long time ago, your God is white Jesus and Democrat. I've said that. And you more and more every day you're proving it. I can't even say white Jesus anymore because a lot of you not even doing that. But definitely Democrat. That's your God. And it shows every day. And you got this attitude that people got to be in allegiance to your God, specifically other black people. You won't talk to them. You want to cash them out. You want to call them names. You want to shame them. Man, go to hell. Go to hell with your God. Because that's not the God I serve. Stay away from me with that devilment. Get thee behind me, Satan. Keep that mess over there. So them folks kick in her door, I'm cool with it. I'm so cool with it. I hope they do. Make an example out of your silly behind. But we're going to be talking more and more about this. And I don't care if the folks doing it. Because you're going to tell me, well, they doing it. I don't care what they do. They can do whatever they want to do. As long as they're not messing with us in the process, I don't care. Our whole media apparatus is to focus on black people globally. And black people in America specifically on this podcast. I don't care what other people do. Don't care. That's not my issue. They got their own platforms to talk about whatever. I'll talk about other folks if they have some sort of involvement with us. Then we'll talk about them. Outside of that, care what they do. You see me tripping about January the 6th? Was it us? No. I talked about it because it was news, but I'm not tripping about it. Why? Because we didn't have nothing to do with it. Just that simple. All these people backpedaling now in the Democrat Party. Oh, we condemn the violence. Man, y'all started it. Y'all started it. You can't condemn it now. You should have condemned it before that. But I'm telling black people, don't be crashing out for the Democrats, man, because they going to come after y'all quick, fast, in a hurry. They're not going to go after Brad and Connor for doing it online. They go after you. And I'm warning you, when they start doing it, don't say nothing.
I agree with my brother 1000%. And see, let me further add to what my brother is saying here, because unfortunately, like I said in the last broadcast, it's going to be some people that many of you in this chat room here tonight, it's going to be some people you know. You're going to have to be prepared to leave those like this lady here, because this is the one that wrote that stupid post, and she got the same classic mammy look. They all have the same basic look. You're going to have to be prepared to leave some folks behind, because see, sometimes, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, if you try to warn somebody in good faith, you've done everything you could do. They should be grown people. They're grown in appearance, but they're not grown in the mind. You got to let them go. We're at a standpoint now where not only do we have to use what physical resources we have wisely for the sake of the protection and empowerment of our community, we must also use our mental and spiritual resources wisely. We don't have any of that to waste on hard heads, okay? We really don't. If she's going to be hard-headed enough to make statements like this foolishness right here, you think about this. This Jacqueline Marsall lady down in Mississippi, you're going to make this post and say, I don't condone violence. And see, that's another thing, too. Like Brother Phil said, they take after their bastardized father, the white supremacists. I don't condone violence, but please get you some shooting lists. Now, in that beginning of that, what does white supremacy always do that our elder Neely Fuller Jr. taught us? It takes both sides of an argument. In other words, she's speaking out of both sides of her mouth. Just like the white supremacists, they'll sit there and tell you what they're not against, and then in the same sentence, in the same breath, be for it. Get you some shooting lessons so you don't miss the next time. Oops, that wasn't me talking. See, for that woman to be 61 years old, you saw some of the early in the aftermath of Jim Crow. Now, you should be old enough and wise enough to know better that your stupid ass shouldn't get up here talking like that in this climate, in that state where you are, known for lynching black people. Not just in the past, but still to this day, if they can catch you slipping down there. Huh? Some people you can't save, man. Some people, man, you can't save. Damn, it is what it is, and you should not mourn them. And I'm going to tell you right now, should news come out where they done went and did exactly what we're saying, they done went and put some charges on her, I'm not covering it. Nope. I'm not saying anything in her defense, because you should know better than to do things like this. But see, we're not done yet. We got some more foolishness to examine, family, because like I said, after tonight, I'm not warning none of them no more, okay? It's going to be the last time I say anything about it. We're going to check some more things out here. And again, this broadcast is for those that got sense enough to take heed and listen to it.
That shit was more staged than a Tyler Perry production of Medea Runs for President. I lived in Harlem long enough to know that gunshots do not sound like making popcorn on the stove.
Yeah, I'm gonna go here with her. And I know you probably saying, Brother GBS, why are you showing us silly seals? That's what I call it, silly seals. That's right, silly seals. Okay, why am I playing silly seals here? Because I want you to understand, sisters, my dear sisters in this chat room, listen to this live and recorded. Sisters, listen to me. Silly seals is something that you should be ashamed to be looking like, okay? The stupid statements that she's about to make here, and she took this down, but it's out there, baby. We got it now. Well, we gonna review it. Let me say something to you, sisters. One of the best things that you can do in any given situation, especially like this, is if you're not sure of things, withhold judgment until you get some facts. Beyond that, exercise a little bit of critical thinking and common sense. Two key survival skills that are necessary for life, by the way. Okay, no matter who you are, man or woman. I'm going to play this tonight because, see, as I broke down on my previous broadcast and many other people, this is what it looks like when you sound like a blithering idiot and you don't have people around you to pull your coattails that you listen to. Hey, sis, don't do this. This isn't smart. What you're saying is inaccurate. before you make this statement, go talk to a ballistics expert or something. But see, she's not thinking in a logical fashion with any of that I just said. She's thinking off of, I'm loyal to vote blue no matter who. And not even, see, let me point this out too. Because see, there's two components to that vote blue no matter who mentality amongst that segment of our women, okay? It's not just that they like Uncle Joe and they think he's the lesser of two evils. They're doing it because they see a bunch of other women doing the shit. I'm not afraid to call that what it is. They got a bunch of them grouped together and this is the end thing to do. So they following behind each other like little goofy blue sheep, okay? That's what they're doing. Little goofy blue sheep. Bad, blue, no matter who, bad. Just stupid. For no reason. I'm showing this for a reason because all black women should be embarrassed to be this type of fool, okay? And I'm not saying it to pick on our women. I'm saying it because as I've said on many other broadcasts, if I'm getting at you like this, it's because I recognize how important you are to the community. You the other half of the community. We can't win with one half or the other. We have to win together. We don't need stupid women, okay? I'm going to call the silly seals what she is. She's very stupid, okay? I'm saying it as a man, but you women are going to have to get to the point where you are stomped down, zero tolerance for this type of stupidity. I'm going to let it continue.
Pop, pop, pop. Where'd the blood come from? So in theater, in movies, they have what's called blood pellets. They even, people use them in Halloween. It's basically like a pellet of fake blood that's in your mouth. And when you crush it, the blood comes out.
Take a look at it. Oh yeah, because stupidity should be ridiculed. Oh yeah, we gonna go here. We gonna cook her ass over here tonight. Family, listen to what she just said. Okay, now let's think critically. Okay, because that's what we do over here. She's saying, or she said at the time, because she took it down. She said that family, and look at the stupid look on her face. You ever seen? Look, I want you all to look up something called the Dunning-Kruger effect. If you don't know what that is, look that up, okay? I ain't gonna even tell you what it is. I just want you to look it up. Look up the Dunning-Kruger effect because this applies to her at this point. She said that, okay, it was a blood pellet and you put it in your mouth and he bit it. And then, okay, if he did that, how's the blood gonna squirt way out of his mouth around to his ear with nobody seeing that? How would that even work, Amanda? But you know what? Let's keep on going in her train of illogic, okay? Because I can't call it logic. I have to call it illogic, okay? Let's just say they had one of the pouches behind his ear or something. Are you saying that somebody hit a remote control and it just burst or something? Like, how would you pull that off, huh? What are you trying to say? Make it make sense. Look, it's one thing for you to say, hey, I question this. There's no problem with questioning anything. But if you're going to question something and you're going to bring up a counterpoint or a different point of view, it should sound somewhat intelligent. Now, I want to ask my audience something that's gathered over here tonight. Is there anybody in my audience that thinks this woman sounds intelligent in the slightest? You're free to say whatever you want because I'm asking a good faith, honest question. I am not being sarcastic. Is there anyone in my audience that thinks she sounds intelligent? Anybody? Anybody at all? I'm waiting. I'm looking in the chat. Is there anyone in my audience, male or female, that thinks this woman sounds intelligent? Got another question for you. I'll do you one better than that. Is there any one of you that would pick this woman if you had a business to represent your brand? Is there any one of you? I'm asking this question for a reason. Oh, trust me, I'm asking. Is there any takers in here? Is there anybody in here, brothers or sisters, that would say, hey, if I got a business, I want her to be my spokesperson? Got another question for you. Oh, yeah, I got some questions over here tonight. Because, see, we got to make stupid back what it was, something that's not trendy or okay or fashionable. Stupid should be ridiculed. If you were in a court of law, oh, am I going there? Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. If y'all was in a court of law and they done hand you some charges where if you get convicted, You looking at a smooth 25 to 30 years. Got to do them all to the door. If this woman was an attorney, would you feel confident that you're going to get off of that? Huh? Would you feel confident that you're going to walk out of that courtroom without having to do an ounce of time? Huh? Which one of y'all would hire her if she was an attorney to argue your case? Can you see it now? Her goofy ass will be arguing with the judge, cursing the judge out, saying all kinds of stupidity. Yeah, I'm asking those questions because, see, again, I'm one of the guys that I'm not afraid to ridicule stupid when it's in the other gender. I'll do it if it's the men too. Equal opportunity ridicule over here when it comes to stupidity. We have to get back to making that be a shameful thing to be openly and blatantly this stupid. Okay? All of us must be on all hands on deck for this together, okay? Because I can't do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. Every time she show her head, this is what I'm calling for. Don't even refer to Silly Seals as her name. Start calling her Silly Seals. Silly Seals. I hate stupid. Are you sure that you can tie your shoes? I mean, you got to start talking to her as she presents herself, an idiot. Every time she rear her head, hey, dum-dum, you don't need to be on the internet without your chaperone. Put that internet connection down. Go pick up a book or something. That's what needs to happen. I'm so serious, okay? Because a bunch of stupid people in the same place at the same time is very dangerous. Do you hear me? I was taught this a long time ago when I was a child. Let's let it continue.
To be frank, Small Hands Trump would not respond by raising his fist in the air triumphantly were an actual attempt made on his life. This was, I believe, done to try to show his strength counter to Biden's fragility. Oh my God. Molly, you in danger, girl.
Family, did you hear that? That was Silly Seals, okay? It was staged. Really? I'm not going to even go back into why it was a stage. Catch my last broadcast for that. But see, we're not done yet. Some of you may recognize who this is. I ain't going to even say nothing. You might recognize the face and the voice. If you thought what you heard just a few seconds ago was the dumbest thing you were going to hear, oh, we not done yet. Because see, I got to show you something. Ladies, I'm doing this for a reason. I'm showing you what you must make a line of demarcation intellectually between you and women that sound like this because they're so enamored with that damn Democrat Party and trying to follow behind Massa and trying to follow the trends of a group of other women who they think that they're all impressing. You're going to have to draw an intellectual line of demarcation between you and them because as a man, I can call it out, but the legwork is going to have to be done by the women. And see, a lot of them are doing this also out of fear. We're going to get to that later on here tonight, too. See, let me say something to everybody in my chat room. Yes, fear is a natural human emotion, but you must not be ruled or governed by that. You control that because if you don't, you'll live your whole life in a fishbowl. There's a such thing as reasonable fear. For example, hey, if you're using any type of electronic device or what have you, you know not to have wet hands or anything, okay? Common sense thing. That's a healthy fear. Irrational fear, and what irrational fear is, for some of the slow ones that's not going to grasp what I said because I know the bisexuals will listen. Irrational fear where you don't sit down and think about what has you so afraid. Because see, if they sat down and start looking at policy and numbers between the two candidates, I'm not saying, hey, go run and vote for Trump. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that an intelligent black woman or black person would say, no, based on policy numbers and the history of his record, I can't support him in good conscience. I can't support Biden in good conscience. I can't. And I'm not going to just go and run and vote for Trump because he's not offering tangibles. Or let's just say the other scenario. Let's just say you said, okay, I'm not going to vote for Biden because of his record, but I am going to vote for Trump because, hey, I like the closed border policy. I like what he did with the economy when he was in office. Okay, at least that would make sense, okay? That's called making decisions from a point of logic, okay, without emotion. Family, I'm going to play this. I'm not going to interrupt it at all because it's probably going to be one of the funniest things you heard all day for those of us with common sense. I'm going to go ahead and let it roll.
Okay, so I just want to start this video off saying that I am not Republican or Democrat, so I don't feel any type of way about this. I don't have any bias toward the situation at all, other than the fact that the supposed assassination was not real. I don't know what part do people seem to forget about Donald Trump being a reality star. Reality TV stars will do anything to stay relevant and do anything to go viral, including pretend getting assassinated, which is why the little guy that they're using as the scapegoat is also dead as well. Because guess what? It wouldn't look right, if he accidentally tried to shoot Trump and didn't shoot anybody else. So they made sure they killed someone else and they killed him and made sure Trump got an injury on camera. Another photo out. And I'm going to point out something very specific. I'm not interacting with everybody who's commenting right now because I'm making this video to post. If the supposed assassination were real, Secret Service would have dove on him, put their bodies in front of him, around him, to protect him. That is their job. They're supposed to put their life on the line to protect his life. He would not have had time to fist pump and take a photo, okay? That was staged. Including the death of the boy. He is the king of deflection. This is what he does. Smoke and mirrors. Look that way so you don't talk about Project 2025. Oh, look that I almost got shot so you don't talk about the Heritage Foundation and how they want to remove African American history from the history books and ban Muslims and the racist agenda of the Heritage Foundation. That's what nobody's paying attention to. And they did this so nobody is paying attention to that. Look at that so you don't look at this. It's textbook smoke and mirrors, textbook smoke and mirrors. And anybody who believes anything else, you are sadly delusional. And I don't know what else to say for you, okay? In this point right now, Donald Trump wants an autocracy. If you don't know what an autocracy is, that's what they have in Russia, which means that the country considers itself to have a democracy, but they automatically have one president over and over and over again, even though they pretend to have elections. It's called an autocracy. That's what he wants. That's what he was trying to do in 2020, which is why he tried to overthrow the election. He thought he had enough power and enough following to where he could push his way into the election again. So if you go further and take the time and read into Project 2025 and the Heritage Foundation, if he becomes president, which he likely will because white supremacy rules over democracy, it's always white supremacy over democracy, which is why they delayed his sentencing so he had time to run for president and pull this publicity stunt. White supremacy over democracy, always. Okay. I'm saying, let me make sure I say everything. It's a very, very dangerous game that's being played right now, and the future of America is at stake. And a lot of people are playing like this is a game. It's not. Donald Trump will not leave office when he becomes president again. Mark my word, I said it today. If Donald Trump becomes president again, he will not leave office. He has put people in Congress that will pass laws that will make it hard to elect someone else. And his followers have already said that it will be a bloodless election if the left allows it. Basically saying that no matter what, if you don't vote for him, if you don't go on their side, there will be bloodshed. They said this on TV. And I don't even watch the news. I just saw a clip. Bloodless. That's a very strange thing to say in a presidential election in America. Okay? Another thing, let me point out, his proximity to violence. Since when in the last 200 years, besides Kennedy and the other presidents before that got assassinated, have we seen in modern days, probably in the last maybe like 50, 60 years, any one of our presidents get an attempted assassination or the amount of violence?
His name was Ronald Reagan, you silly bimbo, you.
That is tied to him or just always near. Huh? I'm on live. Oh. I'm on live. One assignment. One assignment. She said they had one assignment. One assignment. That lady don't know me. She was just walking by. She heard what I said. Okay? Because I'm keeping it 1,000. All right? So I was trying to. I lost my train of thought. She threw me off. She threw me off.
Y'all, I got to pause it. Y'all, did she just say I lost my train of thought? No. Did she just say that? Family, did you hear it? This woman said she lost her what thought? What thought? Oh my God. I'm telling you now, family, it is mandatory. As funny as this is, when you look up what the Dunning-Kruger effect is, for those of you that don't already know, it's going to be even funnier. You're going to be like, oh, I get the joke now. Family, this woman says she lost her train of thought. Now, you hear her. She thinks she's cooking. See, let me tell you something, man. I'm going to say this. If white America, no matter which side of the political aisle is their own, if they had their way, they want this mentality to be the next generation of women in our community. The sexy red mind, okay? That's what we're going to call it. That's what they would rather mass produce versus a dignified, intelligent, spiritually grounded mind like our sister Vicky Dillard, Jaharazad Ali, okay, so on and so forth. I could name many others. Dr. Joy DeGruy. All right. I mean, I could keep Dr. Mayat. Salute to my sister. Love her. Be more accent, by the way. I'm just saying, man, they would rather have this type of mindset than those brilliant, intelligent women that I named as an example of dignified, intelligent Black womanhood. Because as I've said many times, to the point that I sound like a broken record, our women are supposed to be the first teachers of our children. And by that, they raise generations. All right. Right now, when you say the name Dr. Francis Cress Welsing to most foundational Black American men and some non-FBA men, nothing but respect for that queen, mother, and grandmaster teacher. Nothing but. But see this, family, one of the funniest things she said, I don't even watch the news. I just watch the clip. Oh, my God. So, not that the mainstream media is to be trusted, but before you even form any type of coherent assessment on something, you just taking bits and pieces. See, she's got a TikTok mind. And I got to say this. Man, I'm going to offend some people. I don't care. Some of you chicks, you need to do exactly what you tell men to do when it comes to the dating market. Some of you need to stay in your lane. Stay on your level, okay? Stay on your level. These jokers here, they get all riled up and then they just start babbling, mostly out of fear, hadn't read or had no understanding for anything. You hear a boy, she running around repeating everything. The Project 2025, Project 2025, oh Lord, Project 2025, oh my God. As if everything in that little wish list, the stuff that we already living at now. Hell, we still living Project 1865 in 2024. We really are. I'm not even saying that to be facetious. But boy, they think, boy, Joe Biden, okay. And then see, I guarantee you, someone like this, not just her, but I'm saying anybody with her mindset, if you were to sit down and pull out policies and say, okay, according to everything right here, are you telling me we should still run back out and vote for Joe Biden? Never mind the state of the economy. Never mind, okay, how he's specifically harming Black people by flooding us with illegal immigrants. We just supposed to overlook all of that and run back out and do it again. Sisters, this is an embarrassment. It's going to be up to y'all to clamp down on this type of foolishness no matter where you find it. I'm going to let her continue.
So, I was saying his proximity to violence. Okay, every time there's an election, there's a march, some patriots come out. Patriots, aka, what do they call themselves? Nationalists, which is a rebrand for the KKK. Look it up. Every time he comes out, there's violence. Proximity to violence. January 6th, violence. Right now, violence. There's an election, violence. There's one common denominator, him. So if you think that he is beneath doing this and the Republican Party is beneath doing this to get him in office, you are sadly mistaken. They did it on January 6th and they're doing it again. They are not beneath sacrificing people to get Trump in office because he is the one that will uphold all of the racist tactics and bring everything.
So Joe Biden isn't racist now. See, let me tell you something, man. You silly Democrat shills think racism is name calling. Because, see, that's basically what they're doing. They're going off of stuff that Donald Trump has said. Said. Not policy he's enacted. Things he said. This is why, sisters, for those of you that are blessed to have them, or even if you're not in a marriage, a committed relationship, whatever, you need competent, intelligent men to bounce things off of so that you both can compare notes on stuff and you don't run around sounding like this. Because, see, I'm saying this for a reason. When women are out there left to their own devices, they don't have strong men in their lives or guiding them or what have you, they succumb to being afraid. When they're afraid, they huddle up in little fear groups and they start sounding like this. This woman actually said, if Trump get back in there, he's not going to leave office. She actually said this out of her own mouth. That's a statement made out of fear. That makes no sense. We are not in China, okay? He gets back in there, he's not going to leave again. Really? Oh, boy, you can't make it up. Can't make it up.
Back in America, bring the progression back to regression. We're going to go backwards. We're going to go backwards 50, 60, maybe 100 years. That's scary for me. I'm a black person, okay? Again, I'm not Democratic or Republican. I don't have a side because neither one of them are for me. I'm black.
That's the smartest thing she could have said so far, but she sounds like a Democrat, Shield.
Neither one of them are for me. This country was built by white people for white people. I never get that mistaken, okay? Like I said, his proximity to violence, January 6th, they sacrificed some of their...
All presidents have a proximity to violence. There's no way you can't have a proximity to violence and be a president of the United States. You know why? Because you are the commander-in-chief of all the armed forces. See, let me say something to the brothers and sisters in here. And I know my audience gets this, but I'm just saying it to be on the record in case, especially any younger black person, especially a younger black female comes across this. Just because you don't see things regarding to the government or it hasn't come out, stop thinking that these people's hands are clean. Both parties, Democrat and Republican, have centuries of bloodshed on their hands around the world, okay? There's no good guys in either side, all right? There's none. That's what I want my people to understand. Don't get caught up in liberal, conservative, Republican, Democrat, because see, white folks, they change parties and ideologies depending on what time of day it is and what their agenda is. The common denominator is white supremacy, though. So she does have somewhat of an understanding on that, but see, the rest of the stuff she's got babbling on about, Trump get in there, he ain't gonna leave out again. Oh, stop that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Let's let it continue.
Their own and some police. Blue lives did not matter that day. And just yesterday, that sacrificed that boy and another person for Trump's publicity stunt. And I don't care how anybody feels about what I said. It's Bible. Mark my words. I don't know if I missed anything. Let me make sure I hit all my talking points. I told y'all it was fake. I told y'all.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And see, if you are around any type of competent men that are even not even ex-military, we'll just take that out of the equation. Any men that go to a gun range on a regular basis, if you knew any police officers, they would tell you why what you're saying makes no damn sense. None whatsoever. But when you don't have that to talk to, you come out and you make a fool out of yourself. See, let me say something. Sisters, when brothers are trying to pull your coattail, especially if they're doing it respectfully, depending on who it is, stop and listen for a minute. The same for us brothers. If we got sisters that's got some sense trying to pull our coattails about something, we should listen to them as well. We need each other. That's how you work together as a cohesive unit. So that you won't have to get out here like silly seals and little light bulb head up here with them shades on, sounding like a stone cold fool. See, let me tell you something, sisters. I'm the dude, I'm the guy where like, hey, this is me. And some people love this about me. Some people hate this about me. I'm the guy where I don't care how good you look. If you finna go somewhere, what have you, and I'm kicking with you, what have you, and your breath is kicking, I'm the guy that's gonna pull you to the side. Hey man, I don't know what you just ate, but you need to be busted in the mouth with a pack of Jolly Ranchers. Don't you go outside this house with your mouth kicking like that. Come here, let me go in and bust your mouth with this Listerine grenade. I'm just saying, I'm that guy. You be mad as you want to be, but see, I'm telling y'all to love because I'd rather you know right here and be mad at me clowning you versus you go out there with a skunk in your mouth or whatever it is, and you be talking and people can see the words coming out your mouth. I'd rather you be mad at me and then we try to correct you, you know, go ahead and get you to brush these teeth again, hit it with some Listerine, you know, go ahead and pop a green apple, by the way, the best Jolly Rancher in the bag. Pop that green apple Jolly Rancher in the mouth, then you can go out, you know, with some civilized human breath, okay? Instead of a breath that smell like a vat of boiling, you know what I'm saying, chimpanzee anuses, okay? I'm just saying. So, you know, I'm that guy, but, you know, I'm going to let her continue.
They staged it. I told y'all that boy was a scapegoat. I told y'all they sacrificed him. I told y'all the Republican Party would do anything to keep Trump in office. I told you he wants an autocracy. If he becomes president again, he will not leave. He wants to be a dictator. He wants to be Putin. He idolizes Putin. That's why I call him Mango Mussolini, a dictator. Mango Mussolini would like to control America forever. And he is putting things in place to make that happen.
What things is he putting in place? See, look, that's another thing, ladies. Because I'm talking mainly to the ladies because y'all going to have to check this. I can call it out, but it's going to be up to y'all to be like, no, we are not moving in the dumb direction. When these people say stuff like that, like, what things is he putting in place? Name something. Because right now, he's not in office. What is he putting in place? So you have to make these people hear how stupid they sound. What is he putting in place? Ask questions like, if you say something, you should be able to provide the burden of truth. For example, if I tell you at the beginning of any broadcast, I'm going to show you X, Y, and Z. What usually happens during my broadcast? Every single time, what do? Whether you agree or disagree, I show you why I said what I said at the beginning of the broadcast. Now, you can critique it. You might say, hey, brother, this might be an error, or I'm going to add something to it or something else, but I'm going to show you what I said I was going to show you, all right? I do it all the time. Got a reputation of doing that for years. I said that to say you have to make these people with these wild, silly claims, no matter who they're making them for, the Democrats or the Republican, show me where you got this. Show me where I or anybody can see it and it makes sense. Or is this something that you feel, air quotes, and you just saying it, and because you feel it, now it's supposed to be a fact. Reality doesn't work that way for an intelligent person. Let's let it continue.
Judges, congressmen, they're already there. So, all the sheep that are going to go out and vote in November, just know what's on the line. The future of the entire country is on the line. Vote with your brain, not your heart. And pay attention. Don't get your information from the mainstream media. Mainstream media is only controlled by a very small group of people. Do your own research. Please read up on Project 2025. Please read up on the Heritage Foundation. It is not a game. It is some scary shit. I've never seen no shit like this, and I'm not a political person.
I'll give her credit for making the statements about the mainstream media. I agree with that. But see, to you Democrat shield mammies, and she claims she's not one. That's what she claims. To you Democrat shield mammies, though, those of you that are, you keep talking about the Heritage Foundation, Project 2025. Yes, that is a white supremacist think tank, and that is a white supremacist doctrine. However, how are you blind to the racism that's in office right now with the Biden administration that's affecting you now? Do you not see the food prices? Do you not see the gas prices? Do you not see all these illegal aliens coming over here? Do you not see the heightened and ramped up gentrification that's going on? Do you not see the anti-black racism being practiced against our people? You just gonna skip all of that, huh? Don't look at the Democrats. Look at this, because they called us names. Come on, man. I expect better of our women than this.
But I am moved. You guys haven't seen me make a video in over 10 years. The fuck? I said everything I came to say. Now, let me say hi to everybody. Hey, y'all. Hey. I'm about to post this video right now on my Instagram. Thank y'all for checking out what I was saying. But I had to talk my shit. And that was that.
Yeah. So there you have it. Boy, they coming out the woodwork. Now, I'm going to take her to word. She claims she's not a Democrat shield, but boy, it was some of that Democrat shield fear talking there, right? Yeah. She think that the man right here on your screen, he's going to get in there and stay in office forever. And according to silly seals that we saw earlier, she's saying that, okay, he had a blood packet in his mouth, bit it, and it just trickled all the way back to his ear. It just, oh, man. Boy, you women, boy, sisters, y'all going to have to make it to a point where they open their mouth. It's going to be so much opposition from those of you that are intelligent that they shut up. Our stupid should not be speaking. If I had my way, the stupid in both genders, you would catch permanent laryngitis. Okay? You wouldn't be able to get your voice back until you gain some type of intelligence. We don't need to hear you saying nothing. We don't. Okay? We don't. Silly Seal said that Trump staged this to make himself look strong, juxtaposed to Biden's feebleness. No, he don't need no help doing that. You just think about how stupid that statement is. Why would he need to do that? The debate alone sealed the deal with that. And before the debate, the policies that Joe Biden set in place sealed the deal with how feeble and weak he look on the world stage. Never mind just here in America. No, he didn't have to go through all of that to make Biden look weak. Biden's doing a good job of that by his damn self. Biden is his own worst enemy, okay? Yeah, you know how we is our own worst enemy. No, Biden's his own worst enemy. He's the worst enemy of this country, too, because he's the greatest national security threat we've ever seen to date, okay? He is. The threat within. That's what I call his ass, bumbling Biden. But we're not done yet. Ladies, this is why I say look, I get it. Yes, women are more emotionally invested creatures than men. Yes, all human beings have emotions, but those emotions must be put in check when it comes to making important decisions in life, okay? You can't make sound decisions based off emotions, okay? You just cannot do that. You think about all the times in life that anybody has done it of either gender. When you make decisions based solely off emotion, usually that goes left. Just sit down and think about it. Never mind your hatred for me or whatever you think I am. Oh, he done sold out. No, trust me, they can't afford me. And even if they was offering, I wouldn't take it, okay? My loyalty is to my people. That's been proven online and offline, okay? Many times over the years. All I'm saying is this emotionalism and making decisions out of fear. One, what are you so afraid of? The man was in office before. We survived that. You here to be afraid and be babbling that shield babble, okay? Mammy shield babble. You still here. None of that stuff that they threatened was going to happen happened to you. You made it, okay? And you better not, I'm going to say it one more time, you better not claim that you have any faith in the Most High if you're afraid of this man right here. One mortal man proving that he can bleed like anybody else. The experts have said that if his head was turned just an inch, In the other direction, he wouldn't be here no more. So ask yourself that question. Why are you so afraid of a man that you clearly see can bleed? I just got to throw that out there for the fake Christians, because that's exactly what I'm going to call them. We got more to analyze, though, because, see, this is sad. I hate to do this, but somebody's going to have to put this on Front Street. I want y'all to listen to what's coming up next.
Gotta be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. No, I wish we were in high school, I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now. Okay.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please, get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
We're gonna go in there, we're gonna...
This is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. And for those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be? Does one of us have to come out alive?
My God, Kamala looks like an ugly ass hyena suit with that laugh. Oh, I can't stand that woman's laugh. Family, let me tell you something. I played that little reel there to show you how they can't just say, oh, all the violence and the extremism is on one party side or other. And I'm not liberal or conservative, but I'm showing you the hypocrisy of the Democrats. You saw most of the people in there are Democrats, or either Democrat-aligned actors or entertainers, making nothing but threats. And then when something happened to them, oh, I don't know why this is happening. Well, I'm going to tell you a saying, and a lot of you in the South have heard this. You have what you say, okay? The words of your mouth have power. Life and death is in the power of the tongue, as the scriptures say. And a lot of these reckless tongues out here, you Democrat shield mammies are following right behind that. Just know that if you choose to do that, like that silly woman, 61 years old in Mississippi, you're going to have the exact consequence that they get. See, the reason why I had white on white crime at the beginning of this broadcast and at the last, I'm telling my people, get out them folks' way. If they going at it, that's got nothing to do with us. That's white folks' business, okay? Let them handle their own business. Lord knows they don't do anything much on their own without us anyway. We don't have a dog in that fight one way or another. If we gonna actually defend something, it should be something about the protection of our family, our community, making sure our people are okay against a threat. Not jumping out there fighting battles for them, because see, watch this. Ask yourself this question. According to history, not my opinion, not my feelings, according to history, name just one time that white America, no matter what their political alignment is, has been appreciative of what we've done as foundational Black Americans in this country. Name one time. Was it the American Revolution? Was it the Civil War? Was it every conflict this country's ever had that our people have fought in? Was it during the time in this country where anytime there's a threat, anytime something's going on, our people is a double-edged sword. We have the most compassion of any group in this nation, but it often comes back to bite us. Anytime that we step up and show compassion for them, where do they reciprocate that same compassion for us? Now, my next question would be, you know, the answer to everything that I said is no, when you hadn't seen it. So if you respect yourself and your people, Why would you keep putting yourself out there for people that don't show you no appreciation at all? See, I wish you would treat them, you Democrat shills, like you treat other black folks. A black person do you something, oh boy, you remember that forever. Oh boy, you at their throats for life. Oh, they the worst thing in the world. But if them folks do you wrong, oh man, you forget it. They pat you on the head, you get right back out there. See, something is mentally and spiritually broken with people that do that. I don't have it in me. Once I see that you made a fool out of me and you disrespecting my people, you done. You don't get another chance to do that. No way in hell. But see, again, it goes back to that indoctrinated mindset and this fear. And I want y'all to take a look at what I'm going to show you next here because, see, doing this for a reason, because this is the last time I'm going to say anything to them. Y'all better stop making them threats and carrying on talking about you wish the guy would have got more training and next time and all of that. Better leave that to Connor and Tiffany. You not them. They'll give them a slap on the wrist, if that, because you know that they can be 30, 40 years old. They'll call them kids. We've seen that several times with their mass shooters, etc. That killed them. Oh, that was just kids. But you, little Tamir Rice, a grown man. Better think about it. I want y'all to listen to this fear mongering here that's coming up. Because see, again, ladies, being ruled by fear, that's no good. Nothing good is going to come of that. Being ruled by fear only brings you chaos, and it puts you in a worse situation than you would have been in, because a lot of times you just stop to think it's not as bad as you think it is. Want y'all to listen to this coming up.
We need to talk about it. Project 2025. What is it? Who wrote it? Where did it come from? The entire far-right blueprint is 920 pages and 30 chapters. You're not going to read all that. I don't expect you to. And if you haven't even heard of Project 2025, that's okay too. But you do need to know what's in it because it's pretty terrifying. Think a playbook for Handmaid's Tale, essentially turning the US into Gilead. I've looked for some good, easy explanations of Project 2025, and there really aren't that many. This is going to be the most comprehensive and simple explanation of 2025 that you're going to get. So background, Project 2025 dates back to 1973. That's when the Heritage Foundation, a very powerful conservative think tank based in Washington, D.C., was founded. They are the writers and the architects of Project 2025. And their main mission and goal is to move America to a more far-right Christian nationalist state. They originally came to prominence when they wrote their first manifesto in 1981 titled A Mandate for Leadership. And get this. Those very same policies were the ones that were used and implemented in the Reagan administration.
Now, everything she's saying, I'm fully aware of, and let me go in and clear something up. There's been a lot of shills running around. Have you read it? Yes. Those of us in New Black Media, we've read it. We're not going to sit up here and do no broadcast covering something that's 900 pages long. We've read it, and guess what? The men, yes, I'm saying it, the men, foundational Black American freedmen men, we've read it and we are not afraid. We don't make decisions out of fear, because you heard one of the first things out of her mouth. I've read it and it's terrifying. Woman, let me tell you something, and all the women listen to the sound of my voice, especially of my lineage. We are not a people that are without power. But see, when you detach from your counterparts, yes, I'm going here. When you detach from your counterparts, and you see yourself as above them because you got this or that degree, or you hobnobbing and rubbing elbows with them folks, you become weak like them. You sound like them, a powerless individual. I don't give a damn what they put on paper. Let's just say they put it on paper. We're going to put all you niggers back into slavery. Come on with it. I have no fear of you. None of you, if you're like me, that serve the Most High, you don't run around in fear all the time talking about what somebody do because they put up something on a piece of fucking paper. Let me tell you something right now. Nothing that they write down on a piece of paper is something that's going to have me in mortal dread, because depending on what it is, I'm one that will stand up and say no, even if I'm the only one that will do it, okay? So that's another thing. See, she don't realize that, and I'm saying this to my sisters out of love. You have to realize when you sound like this, you're doing yourself and the ancestors that came before you a grave disservice. A grave disservice. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, is that what I come from? A stock of people that are just fearful of everything that them folks say? The progress in this country that we got up to this point, We didn't get it by being afraid. We got it by putting foot to ass on the pavement if we had to do that. Huh? See, this is why I stay connected to my history, because you get your motivation from your history, okay? But see, people like this, oh, they can recite all types of stuff and tell you about this and tell you about that, but you are detached from who you really are as a person, because if you wouldn't be talking like she talking. I'm going to let her continue.
Seriously, around 60% of the 2,000 proposals written in the manifesto were implemented by Reagan. So now they're back again with a new edition, and this new edition is known as Project 2025. And it's supposed to provide guidance for the Don or whoever becomes the next Republican president. And these 900 pages and 30 chapters are written by professors, doctors, scientists, lawyers, scholars on each subject. And they've divided Project 2025 into 4 main pillars. The first is policy, which is this big book. The second is personnel. They're creating this huge conservative database, think LinkedIn, but for DJT loyalists. The third pillar is training. They set up this online educational system called the Presidential Administration Academy, where they teach their views and ideology in a course. And the fourth is...
Now, notice how most of these women, because I got to say it, most of these Democrats shield mammies, okay? And mammies come in all shapes and sizes. I know a lot of people think that when you say mammy, you're just talking about the big bloated Simone Sanders, big back linebackers. No, they come in nice, cute, and attractive like this sister is here, but she's still a mammy. Notice how they're leaving out the part that Project 2025 was pitched to both Democrats and Republicans by the Heritage Foundation. You hear them just leaving that part out, going with this narrative. And I've still seen this lie being told by whichever intern runs that Biden account on X. Trump's Project 2025, the man that already came out and said he don't have nothing to do with that at all. But they still gonna say it anyway. See, some of these people, man, they don't even care about the truth anymore. They just go with whatever kind of lie is told out them folks' mouth. That's pathetic. And I'm going to say something else. This is going to offend a lot of people. If you a black woman that think like that, you worship them folks and you can't think for yourself, I don't want you nowhere around me. You actually are a liability and a detriment to my safety and my community's safety, because you don't have the common sense to think for yourself. Anything them folks tell you out their mouth, you go and believe it. But then when your own people say, wait, sister, that's not right, that's not correct, here's information to the contrary, you won't listen to nothing we say. Do you know how far gone you got to be as a black person, man or woman, when your own people can't get through and reason with you for anything in the world? But you'll go and listen to the people that have a 400 plus year history of enslaving our people. You'll go listen to them before you listen to us? That says something. Let's let it continue.
Called Playbook, which is an action game designed for how they're going to get everything done. Now let's get into some of the very concerning things on their wish list for DJT's second term. Starting off strong on pages 450 to 503, they're calling for a complete ban on abortions. Not very shocking.
Yes, we need that. It is not a normal thing to kill babies. Yes, I'm saying it. See, now I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Today, and they've done this for all women in the country, but all women are not my concern. I'm concerned about the women of my tribe, okay? Today, they've come up with some of the most demonic things that no human being should practice, but they changed the name of it or put a little phrase out, reproductive rights, my body, my choice, when it's actually two bodies. It's not just yours if you are bringing another life into the world, okay? They cover the evil of it up with these different little phrases to the point that you don't even stop and think about what it is that you're actually about to do. So they give you this phrase and call it by another name, and I'm gonna give you this example for anybody like, oh, that ain't what it is. Outside of the 3 exceptions, might have forced themselves on a woman, life-threatening pregnancy, or incest. You tell me how deleting a child is not the same thing as somebody hiring a hitman to kill somebody. You didn't do it yourself, but you hired the person to do it. And if you're going to hold the standard where if somebody, heaven forbid, goes and punches a pregnant woman in her stomach and she lose that child, that person is charged with murder, how you not a murderer? Because you doing it yourself. Oh, yeah, see, they don't like people that talk like that. But see, I was raised in a family that had some type of morality to it, okay? I was taught to respect and value our lives especially. That's one of the most demonic things I've ever seen, when women can advocate for that outside of the 3 reasons that I named that would be reasonable to consider that. But just say it so casually as if that's not what you're doing, as if that doesn't make your ass a murderer. And then let me go ahead and put the other part on here, because I know I'm offending some women with that. I don't care. If you a dude and you encouraging a woman to do that, your ass ain't no better than her either. And I've already said it many times. If it was up to me and I was running the country, when you go do that, if you got it done once, you will never get a chance to do it again, because we will go ahead and sterilize you. You're not going to kill no more kids. You are unworthy to have the gift of bringing life into the world. And that goes for both genders. If you for that, okay, cool. We're going to fix that and make sure that you don't get a chance to kill no more kids. If your funky, irresponsible ass is sitting up here drawing breath, them children should too, as long as it was your choice to procreate and make them. Let it continue.
Shocking. Page 319, they're saying the Department of Education should be eliminated. And in addition to calling for its elimination, they state that any school that requires a vaccine or mask mandate will not receive federal funding. Page 482, eliminate the Head Start program. Page 675, calling for the elimination of NOAA and the National Weather Service. Because these organizations, and I quote, have become one of the main drivers of climate change alarm industry, and as such is harmful to the future U.S. prosperity. Page 133, they call for the complete dismantling of the Department of Homeland Security. In addition, they argue for the elimination of the FBI along with the Department of Justice. Page 5, they call for a complete ban on corn, writing that corn should be outlawed, the people who produce and distribute it should be imprisoned, and anyone else who participates or facilitates it should be registered. Page 104, reverse policies that allow transgender individuals to serve in the military.
Oh, I'm going to stop her right there on that one, because she's over there just babbling. Look, I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial. I don't care. Yeah, I agree with that one. That needs to happen. Because on the world stage, let me tell you something. You're not going to be confused about what you are or who you are and go and serve in the Russian military, the Chinese military, the North Korean military. Do these 3 countries sound familiar? They are the primary adversaries of the United States right now in 2024 and for the foreseeable future, and unless something drastic changes on the world stages between our international relationships, okay? Most of the armies around the world do not have that confusion in it. They don't. But see, you can tell where her head is. She's one of those vote blue, no matter who Democrat shield types where you've embraced their sick, disgusting ideology. See, you know what? For the Democrat shields, this is where I hold you at. I don't let you salad bar what you're going to go along with and what you're not. To see if you're going to go along with that Democrat ideology, are you for that sick agenda they pushing on the kids too? Because see, that's one damn thing right there I'm damn sure not for. Pushing that disgusting agenda on and sexually confusing kids. Adults, do whatever you want to do when you get grown. Leave the kids alone. That should be off limits. I really hate that a lot of today's children are not going to experience what I got to experience coming up, where they left kids to be kids. Because see, let me tell you something. Us Gen Xers, man, if they would have tried that in schools back then, man, our little badasses would have rejected all of that. Man, I can see it now. Come on, family. Y'all know what. See, that's one thing about us Gen Xers. We remember what it was like when we was growing up, okay, in these schools. Family, all of you in here that are Gen Xers, what would have happened if they would have had a class where they tried to tell us that boys can be girls and girls can be boys? Come on now. You know how off the chain our asses were. We would, look, all this stuff that these generations, the millennials and Gen Z and everything, think we invented all that. We was the blueprint for rebelliousness, okay? We were. Y'all know it damn well that shit would not float. Oh, that dog would not hunt. Not with no Gen Xers. Oh, I'm trying to tell you, man. Look, would have laughed the teacher out the classroom, be acting a donkey in there. They would have said, oh, hell no, these kids ain't having it. They would have got rid of that class. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, we wasn't nothing to fuck with as kids. We wasn't, all right? But now, this generation here, man, all jokes aside, I'm saying, it's not right to target children with this foolishness and this nonsense. And then in some places, they got it laws where if your child decide that he feel like the other gender, they can go and have gender reassignment surgery without parental consent. That's just demonic, man. What parent in their right frame of mind would even agree with a party that have policies like that? You got to be sick. But see, she's just reading it off, but there's nobody in front of her like myself to say, hey, what about the morality of this? You agree with that? Unfortunately, some of them do, though, family. Let's let it continue.
Dysmorphia is incompatible with the demands of the military service, and the use of public monies for transgender surgeries or to facilitate abortion for service members should be ended. And there's so much more, including the possibility of ending birthright citizenship, banning African American and gender studies in all levels of.
Yes, we do need to end that birthright citizenship, baby. See, because you look, her little old beanie baby head self, okay? Because, yeah, she's very cute, but she don't have much common sense up there. She's not even looking at the fact that these illegal aliens coming over here, dropping off anchor babies, they're anti-black. I guarantee you her little peanut head ass ain't looking at the whole scope of the situation. She's probably one of them people where if you brought up anything, like I just said, or you handed her the ISIS papers, Dr. Neely Fuller Jr.'s work, oh, I don't want to read that stuff. That's that pro-black stuff. Okay, dum-dum. Probably got a whole horde of white friends that you camp out with and chill out with and stuff. Okay, all right. Right around you, they're laughing at your dumb behind because, see, those white liberal buddies of yours, they know what the plan is for Black America. They know what it is. Promote non-procreative sex so that you don't reproduce anymore. And then at the same time, put all the Planned Parenthood clinics right where you have easy access to them. See, you better understand something. This adversary of ours, anything that they make easy access to, and for us, anything, especially the jabba dabba do, you better stop and think twice about who you dealing with. These people don't never give us anything that we ask for, but everything that we don't need and everything that's going to harm us, oh, you got easy access to that. Liquor store in every corner in some places, everything bad. Put it right on over here where you can get your hands on it. Because what better way for an adversary of yours or perceived adversary to get rid of them than make them off themselves? They promote the most unhealthy food to us, etc., etc. Give us the worst education. I could go on and on and on. But see, little peanut head, this type right here, think they know everything, can't tell them nothing. She ain't considering none of what I just said at all. It's all about vote blue no matter who. And, ooh, Project 2025 is 2025. It's going to get you. Let it continue.
Education, calling for an ending of any DEI programs, getting rid of gay marriage, ending the Affordable Care Act, and it also calls for the mass deportation of immigrants and proposes.
Yes, Dodo, the mass deportation of those illegal aliens is a good thing, fool. See, I'm not going to wish this on her or nobody. But what would have to happen for somebody like this to catch their snap, they will have to be in a situation where one of these illegal aliens decide to target them, because y'all seen the crimes they're committing up here. They're doing exactly what I pointed out in past broadcasts, and you know they tried to censor, where I was showing y'all how they treat the women and children in their country. Unfortunately, a person like her would have to experience something like that. And then you would get why that's not an okay thing to do, to have our borders wide the hell open. See, let me tell you something, ladies. One of the main marks of a man is how much he thinks about security, not just of you, but of the community, the family, and the country. You got a dude that he don't think nothing about the security of all those things I just said. I'm going to tell you right now, you stay with that man at your own risk. You're playing a dangerous game, because that's one of our primary responsibilities, is to think about the security of the people under our protection. All right. But see, this is another reason why I can tell, even though the way she looks attractive, I guarantee you she ain't got a man worth 2 dead flies in her life. She don't, because she wouldn't be sounding like this. Let me tell y'all something. Ladies, if we love you, we're going to sit you down no matter how mad you get. And we're going to be like, listen, babe, no, hold on. We got to talk about this. That doesn't mean that you can't have your own mind or disagree or have your own opinions, but we're going to make sure that you're informed on certain things. A wise woman knows this. Let it continue.
This is a plan to round up illegal migrants and lock them up and put them in camps. But perhaps one of the most troubling and well thought out plans is the move to reclassify federal workers under what is known as Schedule F. Now, I'm going to get a little HR heavy, but please stick with me because it's so important. Now, there are two types of federal employees. The first group are merit-based workers. These are career positions. These people have earned them through going to school, getting work experience. They're either considered experts or they could be a part of the support staff. These people are hired because they know their stuff. Think an engineer at NASA or a scientist at the FDA. And their federal jobs have protections. Now, the other class are at-will or appointed workers. These employees tend to serve at the pleasure of the president or the administration, which basically means they can be fired or replaced at any time. To put it all in context, there are about 2 million of the first class of merit-based employees and only about 4,000 political appointed ones. Under this new plan of Schedule F, they'd reclassify a bunch of the regular civil servants into political appointees. That way the Don can replace them with loyalists. Now, how does replacing all of these people help him carry out his plan?
They keep saying the Don, the Don, the Don. The man has rejected the shit. See, here's another thing too about that thinking off of fear. Donald Trump, the man that you just saw, that an attempt was made on his life, that hopped his 70-something-year-old ass up and said, fight. Do you really think this man would be afraid to say, yes, I endorse Project 2025 if he really wanted to? You really think that Donald Trump wouldn't just come out and the man that's known for saying all kinds of things? Love him or hate him, Donald Trump is not somebody that bites his tongue. He says whatever he wants to say, how he wants to say it. So that's the other reason that doesn't make sense, why they just keep trying to tell that lie. If he wanted to endorse it, he would come on out and endorse it and wouldn't care who didn't like it. The China virus, that's where it came from, China. Remember that? When he said that? Come on now. That Donald Trump, you really think this man would be scared? Why would he have to keep it a secret if that's what he was endorsing, huh? Don't make no sense. But see, she's not fooling me with what she was talking about them jobs, because see, what she's worried about how the system is set up now, where those like her will go to school and get these little old administrative jobs. That's what she worried about. And see, I'm going to tell you what the problem with that is. You still have that segment of women like her in our community that see themselves separate and apart from the whole of Black America. Like when the brother Ice Cube was talking about the contract with Black America on that Fox Soul show, and then it was just like, I don't see a part of him for Black women. He was like, are Black women a part of Black America? No, that's not true. That's not true. And the main one that was saying that, now look at her ass. You see what happened to her? Well, I'm ready to find love again. Oh, no, that train done passed, Vivica. Ain't another one coming. All I'm saying, sisters, is this is a bad look right here. You got to get out of thinking with the mindset of fear, get around sensible, intelligent brothers, and start talking policy and numbers. No emotions, not about who we like, don't like, and it damn sure shouldn't be based off of who we're afraid of, because I'm going to ask you something, especially from my lineage. Who the fuck do foundational Black American freedmen have to be afraid of? You better look at your history and understand who you are. I tell you this all the time. Look within your own families and see what you come from. Then look at the greater scope of our history and see what our ancestors had to go through to get us to where we are. They didn't do that off of fear. When you see what our people are afraid of, you don't walk around in fear like that. This is why I keep saying that history is important. This is why I go out my way to put you guys up on as much of it as I can and direct you to even other platforms that are larger than mine that cover this type of history, okay? See, I don't have no ego about it. All I care about is that you get the information, the message. I don't care where you get it from, okay? Because I want you to be an empowered people that don't make decisions based off of fear, huh? That's what I want for my people. Let's let it continue.
Let's do an example. Under Schedule F, DJT could take a scientist at the FDA, fire him, and then replace him with, let's say, a scientist who wouldn't give clearance to birth control or the abortion pill, therefore making it...
Boy, she worried about that abortion and that birth control, huh? Here's an idea, genius. Make responsible choices with your womb. How about that? Oh, boy, they ain't gonna like that part of the broadcast, huh? That could be an idea, though. I'm just saying, just a thought.
Illegal and inaccessible without having to go through the courts, without having to go through Congress. By the way, they specifically lay this out in the plan in the 900 pages. Now, remember what I said about the whole conservative LinkedIn? That's the database they're going to use to fill these positions. A bunch of unqualified loyalists. And in October of 2020, actually, DJT tried to do this. He tried to implement Schedule F. He signed it into order, but then he lost in November. And the whole thing was pretty much a secret, but Biden then immediately repealed it. But if he wins this time, they say it'll be one of the first acts of his presidency. Now, the Don has come out and said he doesn't know anything about this Project 2025 and has been trying to distance himself from it. At least 26 authors and people who are associated with Project 2025 served in his very own administration, including Russ Voigt, John McKenty, Stephen Miller, and many others. Also, his own platform, Agenda 47, just sounds like a SparkNotes version of Project 2025. The president of the Heritage Foundation is calling Project 2025 the New American Revolution. The second DJT term could...
If you wanted in black...
Now, you heard all that she was saying, and yes, to clarify that, when I say I don't care where you get it from, as long as it's information that's empowerment, okay, related to the empowerment of black people, intelligent information that's accurate, okay, not something, some flights of fancy, not somebody going off of emotionalism and fear. That's what I mean when I don't care which platform it comes from, whether it's a younger person, an older person, a man or woman in our community, what have you. I don't have it. Y'all see me all the time. I put you up on other people's platforms, okay? Whether it's on my community tab or in my broadcast, etc., okay? I want the avenues of information to be available to everybody, because one of the reasons I think that way is I'm not somebody that's going to come on here and tell you I know every single thing it is to know. I tell you all the time that I have a piece of the puzzle and I put my piece where it fits, but someone else may have another piece, okay? So that's what I want people to understand. But see, here's the thing with that lady that was just talking, because we got another one. Everything that she said, she doesn't realize, okay, when you're being indoctrinated with something, especially them folks, and they telling you something over and over again, because think about it, all these women, and I got to say it, because it's mostly women that's all so afraid of Project 2025. You just keep hearing that same phrase, Project 2025. Everybody just keeps saying it over and over and over again. Somewhere along the line, shouldn't somebody say, okay, wait a minute, let me stop, think, actually go look at it, and then look at exactly what it would take to implement that. Because they will have to change so much stuff in the courts to get that done. Do you know how long? Let's just go here. Let's just go ahead and put this fear of Project 2025 to bed. If you go and look at that document, yes, it is 900 pages. Yes, I did go through all of it. Page 1 to page 900. Damn it, I did. Let me tell you something. Do you know how long it would take for them to change them laws to get all of that implemented? Do you know how long that would take? You're looking at, on the low end, 10 years at least. They act like let's just say if it was Donald Trump's project, well, it's not. But let's just say if he gets in there and he said, you know what, I changed my mind. Let's do Project 2025. You think that's going to be done overnight? See, I like to make my people think and get out of this. Oh my God, they're coming to get us with Project 2025. Some of the scariest Negroes ever. Man, our ancestors would be ashamed of people like that. And I'm saying to our women, you come from better stock than that. Get yourself together. And to the ladies in here, y'all gonna have to get them together. Because I can call it out as a man, but there's some battles that I recognize that our sisters are more equipped to fight. This what I'm showing you here is one of them. Got one more I want you to listen to. Listen to this, because see, I'm trying to show you all this, you sisters, this. Not to ridicule them per se, but I'm showing you what it looks like back to back when they get a group of you sounding like this. Let me tell you what they do. See, everybody actually use the term PSYOP, psychological operation, okay? Don't you know that that's a PSYOP? Think about it. If I'm a white supremacist and I throw some propaganda out there that I know that there's no merit of truth to it, and you go and run with that, and I get a group of you to do that, don't you know I'm sitting back doing the Birdman hand rub like, I got they dumbass. Look at them. I just threw this bullshit out here and they just taking it like it's the gospel truth and spreading it like wildfire all over the place. Don't you know that they laughing at you when you do this? I'm gonna play one more for you and maybe they'll drive the point home. Let's let it continue.
People that want to vote because you think you're finna get a stimulus check from Trump, I need you to get your broke, ignorant ass away from me. You're broke because you're sticking your tongue out like a fucking dog for money that you're not entitled to, that you're not gonna get. You're ignorant because you didn't even know that he's not behind that shit. The pandemic was. If there's no pandemic, there is no stimulus check. So all of this, yeah, I know for sure I'm gonna get mine. Oh, he a good person. He freed the rappers. He freed rappers that are felons, that are telling their fans to vote because they know that black people value rappers' opinions, even though these niggas can't do shit but brush their teeth and talk about fucking hoes. This is what they know. These white people know that all it takes for a nigga with a chain on and some type of status to be, oh yeah, Trump freed a nigga, to get all the counterparts to vote for this man, even though he has done nothing for you and our actual community as a whole. But what he has done was try to get 5 men sentenced to death because of rape that they did not commit. They did not do that to them girls. And even when they came out to be not guilty, he didn't even lend out an apology. This man won't even take the sweat off his white, pointy ass fucking nose to a black person if they needed it. And this is who you want to represent your fucking country. Are y'all serious? As if that's not enough, Project 2025. As if that's not enough, he's getting exonerated from crimes that he committed just because he was in office. So if you're a president, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, and then nothing will happen because you was in office while it happened. Does that not sound like dictatorship to y'all? At one point, it's time to get serious because they've been fucking serious. They've been serious about the fake food that they put in the markets. They've been serious about the laws that they're making about women's bodies, even though it's men making these fucking laws about a woman's body. They've been serious about so much, about drafting people into the military, and we still over here joking because we think that it's a possibility, it's just over our head, that we might get some stimmy money. It's time to get fucking serious, and it's getting...
Yeah, there you have it, family. Y'all see how that look now? See, I try to put things in a particular order in my broadcast over here so to really resonate with you. And see, let me say this to the sisters, man, because that last one right there, I'm going to tell you right now, no man that's competent can build anything with that because you can't get that type of mentality to listen to nothing, no type of reason. And that's not a proper counterpart for a man that's got his shit together. I got to say it like it need to be said. Brothers, I'm telling you, those like that, leave them alone because you cannot get them to listen to reason on anything. They think they know every damn thing. See, if you're going to be a partner to somebody, all right, your partner has to have the same agenda. You have to recognize that you're on the same team. There's no I in team. Team is supposed to be we. Okay? Team is supposed to be about the victories we attain together. Team means that when there's a plan, when there's something that needs to be done, we make the plan together. Okay? These helpers like that, because you heard the main recurrent thing that all on keep worrying about, the boy, they gonna get rid of that abortion. We don't need that in our community. We don't. Family, I hope everybody got the point because, see, again, don't be the type of sister where you are ruled by fear mongering, and you better not be one of these mammies running around out here talking about the God should have had better shooting lenses. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this last broadcast I'm gonna do saying anything about that, and then as time always does, because it's the great revealer of all things and it's the ultimate teacher of lessons, whether you choose to learn the easy way or the hard way. When y'all see, you be like, you know what, that brother GBS called it. Mark my words, before November, unfortunately, some of these sillies that's out here talking that craziness, oh, they're going to get a visit from the alphabet folks, and there's going to be some charges, too. Will the white folks get that? Oh, no, that's not going to happen. If they get anything, at the most, it'll be probation. I'm going to leave it alone, family. Salute to everybody that joined us over here tonight. I hope everybody got the message over here. And for you knuckleheads that ain't going to listen, probably laughing, okay, go ahead. Get in trouble. Don't go run over here to those of us on the black grassroots because we going to look the other way. We already told you. We did our job in good faith. That's it. I want y'all to take care of yourselves. Remember, we are a great and mighty people that are not ruled by fear. Black first, salute, take care of your families, and I will see you all in future content.